Oh, we're getting pulled over.
He really thinks this is like another joke.
We're getting pulled over and we got the trifold.
Literally for no reason.
This guy's a fucking joke.
He's such a joke. He does not even know.
He
does not even know.
Okay, he's coming. Good luck.
How you doing? License, registration, and proof of insurance, please. What's this?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Ma'am, you're not in trouble. You don't need to invoke your Fifth Amendment right.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Where you heading? Where you going?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I can see it, man. Come on. Knock it off.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Well, you can do that, ma'am, but you're not under investigation. You just did an illegal turn. Where are you heading, sir? Where are you guys going tonight?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Sir, what are we doing here?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I see that. Come on. Any drugs or alcohol? Anything I need to know in the car?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Is the address on your driver's license your current address? Is your address on your driver's license your current address?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
What's the matter? You have a green card? Are you a legal American citizen? I see it, ma'am. I see it. Ma'am, please.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Sit tight right here. Don't move.
Joe.
What an idiot.
What an idiot this cop.
He's going to ask me if I know why he pulled me over to try to get me into an argument so that he can pull me out of the car and put me in torture cuffs and torture me and take me to the dungeon. His goal is to take me and kidnap me and put me in jail and take my car and take my money.
I do not care why that cop is pulling me over. What does it matter to you what he's going to lie about? My job is to live. Anything I say to this guy, he'll use against me. So why do I care? I do not care why that cop is pulling me over. If I answer one question, he's going to ask me another and another. And you know he's going to say, I'm arguing, and pull me out of the car.
Why are you asking cops why they pulled you over? Why do you care why he pulled you over? He's going to ask you, do you know why I pulled you over? That's his way of starting an argument with you.
That's some bullshit. I'm with this, man. I swear, man. I do not feel like going through this.
I know.
I'm so happy I told you I should have done this. So I should have cared. Man.
This is ridiculous.
Here we go. Oh, jeez.
License, registration, and proof of insurance, please.
I mean, I wasn't even doing that. Why you pulled me over? I wasn't speeding.
What do you mean why I pulled you over?
I'm just asking
You're driving 20 miles over speed limit. I got you on my radar.
Dude, I was going 15 miles. You see me just turn down
No,
the street?
I didn't see that. I
You
didn't see that. Can I get your license, registration, and proof of insurance?
I just don't feel justified like you pulled me over. I think because you know what neighborhood I'm in. And,
Okay.
I mean.
Can you do me a favor, sir? Can you step out of the car?
For what?
Sir, can you step out of the car?
I didn't even.
Sir, can you please step out of the car?
Why doesn't he just give him his license?
Thank you. Here, just give me your hands. Give me both your hands.
Sir,
I'll take
sir,
this from
I'm
you.
not.
She's
Sir,
filming. She's
sir.
filming. I'm filming. Come on, step out.
Sir, listen to me real quick. Listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't.
Do you have to do this?
Damn, bro.
There you go.
Damn, bro. Come on, man.
There you go.
All right.
There
Come
you
on,
go.
man. I didn't do nothing, bro.
Ma'am,
Officer.
next time you'll do what I tell you to do when I tell you to do it.
This is wrong. You don't want to have a back and forth with police. I don't want to have any conversations with any cops ever. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right immediately. The mistake you're making is asking why you got pulled over. You want to hear his lies? You want to hear he's going to make stuff up? Stop answering any questions.
Baby, relax, please. I don't want to fight today.
Why is this guy
Just
pulling
follow
me
whatever
over?
he says.
Why? He has no reason to pull me
officer.
over.
Ma'am, how you doing?
Hi.
Why are you pulling me over?
You made an illegal turn back there, ma'am.
That is entirely not true. So why the fuck are you
Stay
pulling me
calm,
over?
stay
I'm
calm.
not gonna stay
Ma'am, I
calm.
just need your license, registration, and proof of insurance.
No.
Okay.
I'm not giving you my license
You're not
order.
giving-
No, I'm not giving you.
Sissy, just
Why? Stop it.
What are you doing, sir?
Why?
What are you doing? What the f are you doing, officer?
Stop.
Why are you arresting her?
This is not
No,
legal.
no, what the fuck? You have got to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It doesn't matter why they pull you over. Don't engage, don't talk, don't say anything. Just invoke your Fifth Amendment right. What is the police goal? They want to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. The mistake people are making, it becomes a tug of war over, he's going to tell me why he pulled me over, or I'm not going to give him my license. I'm not going to give him my license until they tell me why they pulled me over. And that's not working out for Latinos.
Brothers, give him your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance. And then plead the fifth. You gotta plead the fifth. All you do is plead the fifth. Nothing else but the fifth. Why are you using extra words? Every word you use, he's gonna use right against you. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I don't care. You plead the fifth.
Babe,
Again,
stop.
no, you stop. Why are we getting pulled over? What the f?
Well, chill.
Pieces of shit, man.
Just be cool.
No, you be cool.
Just be cool.
License, registration, and proof of insurance.
What did I do? Why are you pulling me over?
You made an illegal turn back here on 12th.
What illegal? I don't remember being an illegal term.
You did not turn a blinker on when you made a left on 12th. Just give me your license, registration, proof of insurance.
I don't understand why you're pulling me over. I don't understand.
Understand?
This is the second time I got pulled over today.
Babe,
I
give
need
him
What?
your
license.
license.
Stop for a second, Sissy.
Give me your license.
I don't understand what I did. Why are you pulling me over?
Just comply with
no,
him.
f- that shit. You
Officer,
don't have a
what are
right.
you doing? Officer, officer, what are you doing, officer? American cops are killing people like crazy. Use your camera and use your trifold. You don't answer any question. No questions. Not a single question. What's your favorite color? I plead the fifth. Do you have a dog? I plead the fifth. Where are you going? I plead the fifth. Take a look at the list of what the trifold says.
I got my license, registration, and proof of insurance always ready to go. My trifold is up in my visor. I keep my hands above the steering wheel as I go into touchdown position.
When you get pulled over, have your license, registration, and proof of insurance ready to go. Your hands never go below the steering wheel because you're in touchdown position. American cops are killing people. Don't put your hands below the steering wheel. My fellow Latino brothers and sisters, you have got to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Oh my God, babe.
No, babe, don't worry about this. I got this. I told you, I already took the class. I know exactly what to do with them from now on.
This
I ain't
is
getting
just
out. This shit ain't happening.
horrible.
I'm good. Don't worry
Why
about
does
it.
this always
Watch
happen?
this. Just watch.
Hey, can I get your license,
I
registration?
got you, officer.
Okay. Wait ahead.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Can I see that? Okay. Wait ahead now.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Listen, this is a simple blinker thing. If you're not in trouble, there's no problem here.
Mhm.
Can you just wait ahead?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I don't remember your license, right?
Fucking pigs.
Remember what the police goal is. They want to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money.
The cops' goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money.
Your job is to survive this stop.
You are worth money to them by putting you in jail.
Your job is to survive this stop.
Getting pulled over again.
I know, he thinks he's gonna get
Oh
anything
my
out
God,
of
the
you.
truck. There he comes. Just chill.
He really thinks he's gonna get this one.
How you doing? Can I get your license, registration, and proof of insurance, please? What's this? What is this?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Okay, cool. Wait ahead.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Ma'am, everything okay?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I can see it, man. Listen, you're not in trouble. Just where you heading?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain
I
silent.
heard you, dude. All right. Is this your current address here?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Sit tight. DUI checkpoint right here. So remember, you want to use your trifold right away. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to answer questions. That's not what you want to do. So I'm just letting him. Okay. DUI checkpoint.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
All right, have a good night.
Yep. That's how it's done.
So let me ask you a question. Why is it that the cop immediately let me go right there? Why is that? Everybody, welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Do me a favor, everybody, hit the like button. How's the video? How's the sound? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me okay. No problem, brother. You go first, though. You go first, Steve. Ha ha ha! Haters are gonna hate, baby. If you got some haters, you're winning. You're winning. Thank you so much for coming by, brother. I really, really appreciate it. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Eric, we got a 5x5. So I want to show you guys something. I saw a video today. Did everybody hit the like button? Just take a second, reach down, hit that thumbs up button. YouTube, China, United States government is doing everything they can to try to end this channel, but we don't stop. You can't stop the people who won't stop, and we won't stop. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section. We don't stop. We don't stop. So let me just go back to the question here. Chevy, I'm gonna play your song today. The song that you put in the chat, I have it in my list of videos on the top here to play. So let me ask you a question. How come it is right here?
Hey, how's it going, sir?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
All right, have a good night.
Yep.
Okay, so why do you just let me go? Why do you let me go right away? How come you let me go right away? You don't, Rat Ninja Boy, you don't have to say a word. You are supposed to say by law, by policy of the Supreme Court, the 2013 case of Salinas versus Texas says that you have to say the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, which is what we're going to get into in a minute here, And then Ski over here, Ski has sent donations all week long, and he's been super chatting, and he's been buying memberships. So just to start off today, I'm going to give away 5 free trifolds by the end of this live stream in the name of Radic, a.k.a. Ski. I'm going to give away 5 that I'm going to mail, that I'm going to put in the mail, and I'm going to mail to you in the mail. Did anybody get the envelopes I sent out? I sent out those Tuesday morning. They're not going to be out today. It's Wednesday. But I also sent off, and then Steve Conkler, this guy, I'm not going to tell you what Steve and I are doing together until it's done. But Captain Team DLZ right there, this guy has, and then Gary Bryant is here. Thank God, Gary, you made it live, man. Thanks a lot. Gary Bryant's one of those guys, and as you guys know, Craig Henry right now is in trouble. He's in trouble in jail. They're going after him in jail. So Craig Henry's in big trouble. I called his wife today on the phone, fiance, girlfriend. I mean, when you're locked up in the dungeon, a big shout out to Plead the Fifth, and to all y'all who helped me when I was in the dungeon. We got to help Craig Henry. I still have Dan Hanlon's. Let's do it now, Dan. Yesterday, Dan Hanlon, he's in the room right now. Dan Hanlon yesterday sent me $50. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to send 75 right now into Craig Henry. I'm going to do it right this second. So, right on, Roger Lane. Thanks for the support, brother. Appreciate that, man. Roger Lane with the donation. So I'm gonna up that to Craig Henry. Actually, I'm gonna do 75 for Craig because we're gonna have to do another 75 for Don Newman pretty quick here in the next couple days because Don Newman's gonna be out of money. So I'm gonna send 75 right now over to Danelle. who has a GL ATM account. And I'm going to put Hendry donation on here. And I'm going to send this over to Danelle Brown, who, holy smokes. And then Chevy comes through. You know, you're not going to get blocked, bro. You're a little off topic, but come on, try to stay on topic. But we don't block people on this channel anymore. Thanks, Chevy. So Chevy, I get 60% of that. Chevy just covered the donation. There it is right there. We just put $75 on Craig Hendry's account just now. So that's there. And just so you can see it in real time, let me take a screenshot of this. Roger Lane, thanks for the donation. Chevy, thank you so much, man. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. So there that was for Craig Hendry, January 22nd. I sent that over to Danelle Brown. Danelle Brown, what she does. Man, thanks so much, Chevy. And thanks, Raddick. And thanks, Cope Doggy Dog. And man, there's just, fuck, I could sit here and list off name after name after name after name after name. It's Kinetic Customs and Racing. You know, it's like, there's so many people. Yeah. So listen, brother, listen, you got a funny screen name. Try to keep it on topic. You know what I mean? But you're welcome here, dude. You're welcome here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Chevy Bucks. Chevy, did you get my contact? I sent you a contact. I don't want to say how I sent it, but, and then we're gonna listen to your song today, Chevy. But I just want to ask you guys. I want to ask you guys right here why this cop, when I said I plead the Fifth Amendment.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
All right, how good?
You know, maybe all cops don't know about the 2013 case of Salinas versus Texas. So I'm going to try this another way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go through the DUI checkpoint and not say any words and just put the trifold in their face. Because just so you know, you can look up where the DUI checkpoints are in advance. So, okay, so beautiful. Now I want to show you a video from John Eagle. And this was the old way. This way right here. And these guys, by the way, and John Eagle.
That's fine.
John Eagle is one of my. Oh, I'm not subscribed to John. I should be subscribed to John Eagle. So John Eagle showed a video today, and in this video, they show it the old way, not the way that we teach here on Team DLZ.
All right. Y'all having a good night tonight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Just rolling on through, y'all go to school up here?
Okay, so he answered one question. You have to start off with, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Y'all having a good night tonight?
Right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
He answered a question. As soon as they say, there's Katie. Where you been, Katie? Where you been? Missed you, honey. So when the cop asks you a question, you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Right there, just the top part. You don't have to say a word. You can just slip this up in the glass like this and then just look straight ahead, give no contact at all. The 2013 case of Salinas versus Texas says you have to state these exact words. I invoke my right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment. You could just try those two words. Fifth Amendment, right? You just start off with that Fifth Amendment right on the top. You could do it that way, right? And this is an edit by John Eagle, who I've already liked and commented on the video. So check this out.
Yeah. Just rolling on through, y'all go to school up here?
April Rain.
You on MTSU? Well,
April Rain, I sent you off a couple of things.
Don't talk to me. That's fine. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm just asking if you had anything to drink tonight. I understand. You know, simple yes or no, and let you be on your way. Can I ask you a question, sir?
Too many words, people. Way too many words.
You can ask away. Did you swear an oath to uphold the Constitution? I certainly did. All right. So do you think it's okay to treat everyone as if they're guilty until proven innocent? I'm sorry? Do you think it's okay to treat people as if they're guilty until proven innocent? That's not what's going on here, young man. All we're doing is just making sure everybody is okay to drive out here on the roads, keeping everybody safe, including yourself. Okay. All right. You want to let me know whether you had anything to drink tonight? Am I free to go, sir? Well, when you answer my question, you will. So I'm guilty until proven innocent? No, it's an investigative detention. That's all this is. Detained for what, though? For what crime? It's not a crime. You're not detained. So if I'm not being detained, am I free to go? You're being detained right now for an investigative purpose. For what crime? Just making sure everybody's okay. Keep on driving.
What crime have I committed for you to detain me?
Y'all drive safe.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
There it
Welcome
is.
back to the channel. This is Chris.
So this is John Eagle right here. This is John Eagle's channel, which I've been a subscriber. John, it unsubscribed me. I don't know why I was not subscribed. Literally, John, it unsubscribed me. I don't know why that is. And then I commented down here, and John and I had a little conversation. And so,
Volunteerist. He and his friends have been recording themselves at checkpoints throughout the state of Tennessee over the years, just to show we the people how unconstitutional they are. Some people may say these checkpoints are necessary to keep us safe, but are they just checkpoints so these officers can go on their fishing expeditions? Let's dive right into Chris's and his friends' interactions at these checkpoints and find out.
What is that? He said Honda number 1 all the way to the end.
Video. You hear that? Video. Be on your best behavior.
I'm doing well.
We're just doing a Friday checkpoint.
Yes,
You
sir.
okay to drive tonight?
Yes, sir.
You have anything to drink?
Do you have reason to believe that I've had something to drink?
I'm sorry.
Do you have reason to believe that I've been drinking?
I just asked you if you had anything to drink this evening.
I'm not legally required to answer that.
I'm sorry.
I'm not legally required to answer any questions.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. But
I'm not legally required to answer any questions,
you're
sir.
not legally required to answer
No, sir.
something drinking this evening.
No, sir.
You're good to go.
All
Have a
right.
good evening.
Thank you, too.
You can probably pull in here, people. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Had anything to drink?
Am I free to go?
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
Am I free to go, sir?
Sir?
Am I free to go, sir?
As soon as traffic starts flowing, you're all good to go.
Thank
Y'all
you,
be
sir.
careful. Have a good night.
You too.
Evening, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing well.
Good. I'm Trooper Trox with the Highway Patrol. We're just doing a sobriety checkpoint this evening. Make sure everybody's all right to drive. You had anything to drink tonight?
Am I free to go?
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
Am I free to go, sir?
Well, I'm just asking if you had anything to drink tonight.
Have you had
Simple
anything to
question.
drink?
It's just a simple question, sir.
Have you had anything to drink tonight?
Let me get you to do me a favor, okay?
Yes, sir.
Just sit right here for me.
Gotcha.
Hey, can you grab Sergeant Griffin? Or not Griffin. Y'all having a good night tonight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Just rolling on through, y'all go to school up here? You go to MTSU? Well, you don't want to talk to me? That's fine. All right. Well, hey, man, I'm just asking if you had anything to drink
I
tonight.
understand.
You know, simple yes or no and let you be on your way.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
You can ask away.
Did you swear an oath to uphold the Constitution?
I certainly did.
All right. So, do you think it's okay to treat everyone as if they're guilty until proven innocent?
I'm sorry?
Do you think it's okay to treat people as if they're guilty until proven innocent?
That's not what's going on here, young man. All we're doing
That
is
is
making sure everybody
going on.
is okay.
that
to
is
drive
what's
out here.
going on. I'm sorry for
Everybody
what
said, including
that
yourself.
is what's going on. You're not keeping everybody safe. You're a jackboot thug pig performing tyranny on a free American society. We have the right to travel in this country. And this pig right here is the tip of the spear of tyranny. Don't sit there and say that you're helping anybody, trying to make sure everybody's safe. Wasn't it Benjamin Franklin who said those who give up essential liberties for a little bit of safety deserve and won't get either? I don't know the exact quote, but that's it. Right or wrong. And this guy thinks that he's somehow, in some way, doing the right thing by stopping you and accusing you of being guilty of something. You're innocent until proven guilty in this country. I watch every second of this and I get more and more mad. Steve Conkler is in the room, everybody. Steve Conkler is here.
Yourself.
Okay.
All right. You want to let me know whether you had anything to drink tonight?
Am I free to go, sir?
Well, when you answer my question, you won't.
So I'm guilty until proven innocent.
No, it's an investigative detention. That's all this is.
Detained for what, though? For what crime?
It's not a crime. You're not detained.
So
for a crime.
if I'm not being detained, am I free to go?
You're being detained right now for an investigative purpose.
For what crime?
Just making sure everybody's okay. Keep on driving.
What crime have I committed for you to detain me?
Y'all drive safe.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Well, hold on a minute. Let me stop the live stream real quick and let's find out what's going on with GE. What's going on, GE? what's going on? I don't know why you're going. I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I'm stopping the stream right now to find out what's going on with GE. What is going on with G? I don't know why you're leaving. I don't know why you're out. Can everybody ask GE what's going on, what the deal is? I'm not sure what's happening here. I just want to find out. I care deeply about every single person. I'm just trying to find out. Anyway, find out from GE what's going on. If you see this, GE, sorry to see that you're out. Hope you come back.
All the way to the end, okay? What is that? Hey. You said Honda number 1 all the way to the end. Hey. Video. You hear that? Video. Be on your best behavior.
Hey, sir, how are you doing this evening? I'm doing well. Thank you for the sheriff's department. We're just doing a sobriety check, boy.
Yes,
you
sir.
okay to drive tonight?
Yes, sir.
You had anything to drink?
Do you have reason to believe that I've had something to drink?
So look, he's an activist. He has a channel. This guy goes out and he's taken on the police state, prison state. So his interaction should not be yours. You're not an activist. 99% of the people in this chat are not activists. There's 250 people here. I'm going to guess that 3 or 4 are activists. That's 1%. So your job is to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's what your job is. Your job is not to say, have you been drinking tonight? Are you safe to drive? Yes, sir, I'm safe to drive. You're not supposed to answer a single question. And most of these jackboot thug pigs, they're not going to know the 2013 case of Salinas versus Texas. They're not going to know that you have to say the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. What you should do is immediately put that trifold right up to the window and go just like this. Not a word. Of course, you're going to have your camera in your hand, but I only have a couple hands as I got the microphone and the computer and everything else. You should be just like this. This is how you should respond to that cop. You shouldn't respond any other way. There's no other way that I've taught you how to respond. There's no other way. There's just no other way. There's just no other way. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, Maria is here, everybody. I'm glad you're here, Maria. Thank you for coming.
Sorry?
Do you have reason to believe that I've been drinking?
No, I just asked you if you did. You had anything to drink this evening?
I'm not legally required to answer that.
I'm sorry?
I'm not legally required to answer any questions.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I'm not legally required to answer any questions, sir.
You're not legally required to answer if you have been drinking this evening?
No, sir.
No, I didn't look at it at all. You're good to go. Have a good evening.
Thanks, you too.
All right, brother.
What's up, fellas? How are y'all?
I have the right to
Y'all having a
remain
good night,
silent.
sir?
I have the right to remain
Yeah,
silent.
you do. I don't smell any alcohol. Y'all drive safely. Do
But
me a
he didn't say the magic words. He didn't say the magic words. Stephen, what do you mean exactly? Because words on a screen are two-dimensional. I know there's some sarcasm in there. I know that you're saying something kind of like, in a glib or facetious way. But there's oh no, I don't think everybody's dumb at all. I don't think you're stupid. Does anybody in here think that I think that you're stupid? I just want to make sure that other people don't feel that way too. What I do think is that people are so used to acquiescing, to being cordial, to wanting to get along, that we naturally just go, hey, have you had anything to drink tonight? Or, no, I haven't, officer. You just naturally, Craig. we just naturally, hey, are you safe to drive tonight? Yes, I am. We just naturally do that. It's not that you're stupid. It's that you have to constantly be reminded that the cops are out to get you. And I'm actually going to show a video from Here's the Deal today. And I want to show the whole video because the video he made yesterday is one of the best videos I've ever seen him make. And let me take all the credit in the world for his video because I showed him the case. Then he put in hours of work and research. And so I take full credit for Here's the Deal's video from yesterday. I take full credit. Brian from Here's the Deal, I take full credit for your journalistic endeavors, okay? And I think everybody here is stupid. It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. And so Pixel said it correct. Unfortunately, the police are not our friends, and they're trying to get us. So, Steve Conkler, Dude, you guys don't know the level that Steve Conkler has gone. If you can find his Facebook page, Steve Conkler, go check out what he's doing. This guy's a freedom fighter. Like oh, there's Steve. So Steve clarifies, we're supposed to be protecting the Bill of Rights from enemies foreign. They are not taking our rights. People give them away. So I knew that you were saying something along those lines, Stephen, but I wanted to make sure that I was 100% crystal clear what you were saying. And I just thank you. I appreciate you. And we're still stuck on it. People are still saying that they're stupid. The judges are trying to get rid of the Constitution. And since no one on the planet listens to black people, because black people is documented as lower class, the white people got to put a stop to it. LOL. Let me break that down into little sections. Okay. The judges are going against the Constitution, the first line. Totally agree with you. They're not following it. And since no one on the planet listens to black people, I think you're being facetious. I think you're joking. Believe me, the black community was screaming for decades, hey, they're abusing us, they're beating us, they're hurting us, right? But I do listen to black people, and I support black people. And then they're documented as lower class. The government is an institutionally racist regime. America is not overall racist. People are not overall. I was raised in a tiny little all-white town in Alaska, and while people use the N-word pretty regularly, when it came down to it, we were friends. Everybody was friends with the black people. And my name, Chili, comes from taco originally. Those people who called me taco still loved me. So I don't think black people are lower class citizens. I think you're probably joking a little bit here. And then the white people got to put a stop to it. That's where I'm going to agree with you. Black people did not free themselves. That was white people who joined black people to free slavery. And I was talking about this yesterday with somebody about, Chile, why do you go on and on about our government being institutionally racist? Because people are not racist. Not everything is racist. The government is institutionally racist. And let me explain it to you. Since the founding of Jamestown, 1607, until 1964, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, our country, the government, the federal courts have been institutionally racist. So not everything is racist, but then the laws that were created, the policies that were created, DUI checkpoints and such, they were created primarily, DUI checkpoints were created for an authoritarian police state, prison state. But Terry versus Ohio, Graham versus Connor, I could keep going. I could list tons and tons of Supreme Court cases. They were found against black people. And so that's the reason why I say that our country has been institutionally racist since the very beginning. Raddick, where you at? Raddick, where you at? People are people. Yeah, we absolutely. Oh yeah, fish and chips. We know that. We know what's going on here. A couple more minutes of this, and I'm going to cut off to another video.
Favor, don't speed up till you get past that last call for me, okay? And watch the trooper on the right, okay?
All right, you have a happy new year.
You too, sir.
And a constitutional one.
Well, this officer's going to ask you to step out. Need you to step out, step back here to the rear of the car. All right, take field sobriety, okay? We do need you to step out, step back here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, sir, you are.
What crime have I
Never agree to field sobriety tests. Never.
committed to be?
Sir?
What crime have I committed to be detained?
You've been drinking. This is a field sobriety checkpoint, okay? Then just step out of your car.
Sir, how did you confirm that I was drinking?
Sir?
How have you confirmed that I've been drinking?
Name and badge number.
You smell it for one, okay?
He's lying.
As officers, when we became officers, did you not swear an oath to uphold the Constitution?
We uphold the law, okay? These are deemed to be legal in the state of Tennessee, okay?
That's the 1991 Supreme Court case of SITZ, S-I-T-Z versus Michigan State Police.
What you said you've been drinking doesn't mean you're drunk, okay?
I never said that.
Well, because you didn't have to, okay?
Hey, Kenneth, you need to go on down.
She said cop block.
So about next officer?
This is the last one of this, and I'm going to get into the case law here.
How you doing, sir? Can you roll your window down for me?
It's down.
Huh?
It's down.
Okay. My name is Deputy Vanderveer with the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, I've heard of you.
Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir?
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay. So this is The reason I showed this is because you have to actually say the words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, or you can say Fifth Amendment. If you've had one drink, you're not impaired. You're not illegally driving. But if you, Radek, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. You have to say the words Fifth Amendment. You have to say those words. You have to say those words. And now we're going to get into a little bit of case. Gloria, April, Gloria. Who else is here? Who else is here? Can I get a sound off? Can you put torture cuffs are always torture, or OTVO, or JBTP? Jackboot Thug Pig. Can you put that in the comment section? And the reason why we invented Jackboot Thug Pig, or We Don't Stop from KT, We Don't Stop from, and then Jim is in the room. The reason why we invented JBTP is because I used to put PIGGIE in my title, Piggy, and my videos would get shadow banned and get demonetized, and they would say, oh, you're the title of your video. So we created JBTP so that we could say Jackboot Thug Pig, and the censors wouldn't be able to demonetize and kick us to the curb. So that's the reason why we say JBTP. So Gloria's here, KT is here, LaSween Machine, AMG Stealth. The Stealth Meister is in the room, everybody. Rocking the We Don't Stop hoodie. Jeff Millman is here. So Jeff, you still in the hospital, brother? You know, Jeff, I'm going to give you a call later today if you're still laying on a hospital bed. Let's have a conversation for a little while because I got to go to the post office and mail off a bunch of trifolds and stuff. So I want to make sure that I want to call you on the phone. Brandy Swaney is here. Gary Bryant. I don't think I finished my rant about him, but this dude donates, contributes to people all the time. Sometimes only $5, sometimes $50. What he has when he has it to give to other people that he doesn't know. And he texts me on the phone and says, hey, Chili, I got a little bit of money. Who are you going to give it to this time? I could show you his text messages. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. If you need a trifold, I'm giving away 5 today. I'm giving away 5 that I'm mailing. And remember, if you guys buy anything from my store, so listen, I can't say that name, Telekunz, whatever it is. If you go to my store, you see all the stuff for sale on my store. If you can buy it, buy my stuff. If not, hit donate and donate $5 because then I get your email address and I get your shipping address. And you might be shocked that you get a trifold in the mail or you get every single thing I sell in my store for free. So there's so many people who ask me for free trifolds that I mail. I mailed off 28 the other day. So the best way though is to go in there, donate $5 because I get your mailing address and then shoot me an email. Hey, Chili, I did this. Because remember, we gotta keep the wheels on the car. We gotta keep this movement alive. But I'll give anybody my digital trifolds for free that you can print out on your own. Michael emailed me this morning and said, hey, I don't have a printer. And I said, great. I said, well, make sure I have your shipping address. Booty ho, booty ho is in the room, everybody. Okay, let's get into the case law and stop joking just a little bit here. And so this is gonna be a little bit longer than I want it to be. But it's, did I say 1991? I'm so sorry. It's the 1990 case of Michigan Department of State Police versus SITS. And so what this is going to say here, I don't know why they do this. I don't know why they leave this whole thing right here where I can't get in there. So Chief Justice Rehnquist, is there a way? There we go. Okay, there we go. That's better. Chief Justice Rehnquist, die-hard racist piece of shit. This case poses the question whether a state's use of highway sobriety checkpoints violates the 4th and 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. We hold that it does not, and therefore reverse contrary holdings of the Court of Appeals of Michigan. And then the reason why I'm reading this is because the process of which we created these DUI checkpoints in our unfree America. Petitioners, the Michigan Department of State Police and its directors established a sobriety checkpoint pilot program in 1986. The director appointed a sobriety checkpoint advisory committee comprising representatives of the state police force, local police forces, and state prosecutors, and the University of Michigan Transportation Research Institute. Pursuant to its charge, the advisory committee created guidelines setting forth procedures governing the checkpoint operations, site, and publicity. Under the guidelines, checkpoints would be set up as selected sites along state roads. All vehicles passing through a checkpoint would be stopped and their drivers briefly examined for signs of intoxication. In cases where a checkpoint officer detected signs of intoxication, the motorist would be directed to a location out of the flow of traffic where an officer would check the motorist's driver's license and car registration and, if warranted, conduct further sobriety tests. Should the field tests of the officer's observations suggest that the driver was intoxicated, an arrest would be made. All other drivers would be permitted to resume on their journey. So let's do a full stop right there real quick, okay? That's unconstitutional. No matter what the racist Rehnquist wrote in his holding from the Supreme Court, that's completely and utterly unconstitutional. There's nothing constitutional about that. Who gifted out memberships? I am so sorry. I didn't see that. I want to say thank you to that person who gifted out memberships. Let's keep going, though, because this is kind of a long read. The first and to date the only sobriety checkpoint operated under the program was in Saginaw County with the assistance of the Saginaw County Sheriff's Department. Let me just go back just real quick right here on this one. Oh, I can't. It's not going to let me go back without screwing me up. During the hour and 15-minute duration of the checkpoint, 126 vehicles passed through the checkpoint. The average delay for each vehicle was approximately 25 seconds. 2 drivers were detained for sobriety testing, and one of the 2 was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. A third driver who drove through the checkpoint without stopping was pulled over by an officer in an observation vehicle and arrested for driving under the influence. On the day before the operation, the Saginaw checkpoint responded with a complaint to the Circuit Court of Wayne County seeking declaratory and injunctive relief from potential subjection to the checkpoints. Each of the respondents is a licensed driver in the state of Michigan who regularly travels throughout the state in his automobile. During pretrial proceedings, petitioners agreed to delay further implementation of the checkpoint program pending its outcome. After the trial, at which the court heard extensive testimony concerning the effectiveness of highway sobriety checkpoint programs, the court ruled that the Michigan program. So this is the reason why I'm reading this right here. Do you see that right there? The court ruled that the Michigan program violated the Fourth Amendment and Art 1 U.S. Code 11 of the Michigan Constitution. So do you see that right there? The Michigan State Court said that listen, so you might be on the wrong channel, bro, because I don't think people should go to jail unless they've hurt another person. And then we talk about that. But the idea that somebody should go to jail based on a DUI checkpoint, to me, that takes away the idea that I am my brother's keeper. It takes it completely away. So, Ryu, serious audits. Okay, so it says here that the Michigan program violated the state constitution of Michigan. And so then, on appeal, the Michigan Court of Appeals affirmed the holding that the program violated the Fourth Amendment. So the Michigan State Court and the Court of Appeals said that it violated for the Fourth Amendment, and for that reason did not consider whether the program violated the Michigan Constitution because it went against your Fourth Amendment right. The Michigan Court of Appeals affirmed that it violated the Fourth Amendment, and for that reason didn't consider the Michigan State Constitution. After the Michigan State Supreme Court denied petitioners' application for leave to appeal, we granted certiorari, the Supreme Court did. To decide this case, the trial court performed a balancing test derived from the opinion in Brown versus Texas, as described by the Court of Appeals. The test involved balancing the state's interest in preventing accidents caused by drunk drivers and the effectiveness of sobriety checkpoints in achieving that goal, and the level of intrusion of an individual's privacy caused by the checkpoints. The Court of Appeals agreed that the Brown 3-pronged balancing test was the correct test to be used in determining the constitutionality of sobriety checkpoints. As characterized by the Court of Appeals, the trial court's findings with respect to the balancing factors were that the state had a grave and legitimate interest in curbing drunken driving, that sobriety checkpoints in general ineffective and therefore do not significantly interest the further interest of the state, and that checkpoints' subjective intrusion on individual liberties is substantial, and that the checkpoint's subjective individual liberties is substantial. So let me translate that for you guys. What that means is that the state court, the State of Appeals, and the Michigan State Supreme Court all said, yes, that it was a huge intrusion into personal liberty, a violation of the Fourth Amendment, and they struck down the idea of sobriety checkpoints. I believe this is 1989 because then it gets heard in oral arguments in 1989 at the Supreme Court. Then the holding comes out in 1990. Pretty sure. But as you guys know, my dates get a little bit messed up. Everybody, welcome John Lunn. Thanks for coming, John. Appreciate your support, man. Okay, so then right there, okay, and then we come down here and we get into the holding of the Supreme. I just wanted to show you that the Michigan State Supreme Court, one second. Now I'm going to do the shorter version of this right here, which is the Oyez version, where you can clearly just understand. So the oral arguments, I was wrong. The oral arguments were in 1990. The decision came out in 1990 as well. I originally thought it was 1991, so I made a little bit of an error there in my years, but I always do. I'm sorry. In 1986, the Michigan State Police Department created a sobriety checkpoint aimed at reducing drunken driving within the state. The program included guidelines governing the location of roadblocks and the amount of publicity to be given to the operation. Before the first roadblock went into effect, Rick Sitz, a licensed Michigan driver, challenged the checkpoints and sought declaratory and injunctive relief. Declaratory judgment means that it's declared that it's unconstitutional. Sitz was victorious in the Michigan lower courts. And then they applied for certiorari, the Michigan prosecutors did, and they said, did the drunken driving checkpoints violate motorists' privacy protected by the Fourth Amendment? And take a look at that. The conservatives said in a 6-3 decision, the court held that roadblocks did not violate the Fourth Amendment. The court noted that no one can seriously dispute the magnitude of drunken driving problem in the state's interest in eradicating it. The court then found that the weight bearing on the other scale, the measure of the intrusion on the motorist stopped briefly at sobriety checkpoints, is slight. The court also found that empirical evidence supported the effectiveness of the program. Well, now that we've had this sobriety checkpoint system for 35 years, we can easily take a look and determine that the effectiveness of sobriety checkpoints is dismal and it doesn't work. And furthermore, that, oh, you want to see Charlie? Charlie's over here. He's sleeping right now, but I'll bring him over because I'll be on here for a little while today. So the Supreme Court of the United States, the people who are supposed to be appointed for life so they can't be affected by politics, they said that it's not a violation of your Fourth Amendment to be stopped without probable cause, without even reasonable suspicion. Just so you know, and let me explain, the jurisprudence of Sitz versus Michigan State Police is Terry versus Ohio. Without Terry versus Ohio, you couldn't have Sitz versus Michigan State Police. Without Terry versus Ohio, you wouldn't have DUI checkpoints in the United States of America. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. It's just insane. It's just insane what we're dealing with. So I want to show you now an audit, and this is going to start at...
What's good? Can't have you right here, brother. Private property. You need to leave.
So let me give you guys this. This is Brick Jonesy. Oh man, he's got 998 subscribers. He only needs 2 more to get to 1,000. Would you take a look at that? He's at 2 away from getting 1,000 subscribers. So let me take a copy of his link here and drop it down in the chat for you guys. He needs 2 subscribers to be able to get to 1,000. I mean, that would be amazing if we got him to 1,000 subs. And there's timestamps in this, so I'm going to be jumping ahead, but I want to just show you a couple things in this so that you and I can understand. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the donations. And let's see if we have any trifolds. If we have any trifolds that have gone out so that I can then give away free trifolds. Somebody go to deletelaws.com and buy a trifold. For every trifold that I sell during this live stream, I'm going to give away a trifold. So I'm looking in the back end right now to see if we've sold any. I'm going to give away 5 free trifolds during this live stream. Okay, cool. So today is Wednesday the 22nd. So we have one sold today. We have one, and that's Kenneth H. Kenneth H. So Kenneth H, I'm going to give away a trifold because you bought a trifold. So there's 6 free trifolds I'm going to give away. Okay, let me see if I can fix it. Also, I can shut down other programs on here and see if I can get a little bit of a better internet connection. So he's got 2 away from having 1,000 subs. Let's see if we can get him over to 1,000.
Well, what do you think I'm doing?
Doesn't matter. I'm telling you to leave.
I'm doing that.
Okay, well then go.
I don't know why you stopped.
Because you're in the corner.
Do you mind if I do my business?
I do actually. I'm kicking you
Can
off.
I get your name and ID number?
Right here, brother.
No, it's not right here. What is your name and ID number as New Mexico
108.
statute? 108?
That's my man number. You don't get my
and
name.
name. Let me see your supervisor. Let me see your supervisor.
130. He wants to talk to you over here.
Look how cocky and arrogant the security guard is. What an arrogant, pompous ass. Who are you, dude?
You need to get off property, though.
I'm going to see your supervisor first. This is not how this works.
He wants you over here. He's in the corner of Macy's and Dick's. That's exactly how it works. If you're
No, it's not.
trespassing-
It's not. Let me see your supervisor. That's all it takes.
You're trespassing, brother.
No, I'm not.
I already asked you to leave. so
No,
you're
I'm not.
trespassing.
This is not how it
This
works.
is
Let me see
private
your
property.
supervisor. Let me see your. This is not private
This is
property.
private property.
This is
Yes,
not
sir.
private property
Yes,
the
it
way
is.
you think it is.
Yes, it is,
The
sir.
sheriff's department is right here in this mall.
Yeah,
it doesn't
on the
work
other
like
side,
that.
on the
Yes,
other
it
side, and
doesn't
they're
work
not
like
even
that.
here.
Now go ahead and stop arguing with me
I'm not.
and let me see your supervisor.
He's on his way.
Yeah. So just shut up and mind your business and let me see your supervisor. And I don't know why you keep encroaching on me.
I'm not. I'm
At
right
this
here.
point, you
You're
need
the
to
one that
keep
keeps coming
6
up.
feet. You need to keep. There's rocks right here.
Yeah.
Right
Exactly.
here.
6 feet.
6 feet.
I'm not any closer than
6 feet. Now you thought you was messing with someone who was like homeless or something,
No, I'm
didn't
just
you?
messing with the dumbass.
No, you thought was. Oh,
messing
so
with
now
the
I'm a
dumbass.
dumbass.
Oh,
That's
man.
okay. I got it all on fucking
It
tape.
is what it is, brother.
You don't get to just talk to me any kind of fucking way, dude.
And you don't get to be trespassing any fucking
I'm
way
not
that you want.
trespassing. Why don't you just shut up and back up?
I'm not gonna back
Shut
up.
up
You're the
and
one that
back
keeps
up.
stepping up. Brother. Look
Ferman,
at that.
I'm literally, there's
I
rocks
have
in
not
between me
moved.
and you.
I have not
bro,
moved. I
you're
have
on
not
the
moved.
rocks. You were on the sidewalk 2 seconds ago.
No, it wasn't. I have
Why
not
don't
moved.
you
Check
just
your
let me
camera.
speak to your supervisor?
He's on his way.
That's good. Let him come here instead of encroaching upon me. At this point, if you get any closer, I will defend myself.
I haven't encroached on you at all, but if
If
you're
you
threatening
get
me,
any closer
if
to
you're
me, I
threatening
will
me-
defend myself.
If you're threatening me, though, that's
I
something
will
different.
defend myself.
Something different, brother.
I will defend myself. I'm warning you that I will defend myself. Okay?
CD, do you have a visual? He just took out his mace.
Yeah. You need to stop encroaching on me. It's all on film.
Then, I'm gonna take out my mace too.
What?
Yeah. You need to just back up off of me. And then we can just deal with this when your manager gets here.
Supervisor.
Supervisor. It doesn't matter. Manager, supervisor, it's all the same nonsense. You need to just go ahead and stop encroaching upon me.
I haven't. Check your camera. You're the one that keeps stepping forward.
I told you to keep 6 feet, and you
I am
stepped
6 feet,
forward.
brother.
You stepped forward.
Matthew
I have
H.
not, and I have not. Check
Matthew H. Check your email. I just sent you everything in my store that I sell for free. Thanks for purchasing one thing. I really appreciate it, man.
your camera.
You stepped
I
forward.
stopped right here.
You
and I haven't
stepped
moved.
forward.
I haven't moved.
I'm
Hey,
minding
Gordon.
my own business. You encroach upon me.
You're trespassing. It's the difference.
I'm not trespassing.
Yes,
How
you
is
are.
this trespassing? It's literally before 8 o'clock right now.
What was that? 1:30?
How is this trespassing?
10-4.
Thanks, Greg. And then Brick Jonesy emailed me.
Maybe you're not used to living in the United States. Maybe you come from a different country.
Nope, I'm from here, brother.
You're from here? You didn't even realize.
So they sit and argue back and forth for a while.
Dog. You need to fuck off,
Oh, damn.
loser.
Bricky let him have it.
Fuck off.
So this is part one, and he's
Now you're on candid motherfucking camera, bitch. You'll be on YouTube.
so Brick pedals off
Fuck
right.
you.
Brick pedals off right here. Try to get rid of these F bombs. Part two of the audit right here. And he gave me a timestamp on this. So right here, the cops are going to come up to him and Terry stop him. Chevy! And then we're going to listen to this heavy song before we go.
Name and ID number.
I'll get closer so you can hear me. I'm Officer Padilla. I'm with the Albuquerque Police Department. My man number is 7590.
Excellent. Name and ID number.
I'm Officer Tadoni with the Albuquerque Police Department, man number 7369. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Real quick, man. We just got told that you might have some OC on you. Please don't reach for it, okay?
Some what?
You might have some pepper spray on you, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Please don't reach for it, okay? Right now, I'm just gonna pat you.
Am I detained?
Yes,
Am I
sir.
detained?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So when you've been detained, you are being Terry stopped. Does everybody understand that? What are the 4 pillars of Terry versus Ohio? Officer safety over your rights. Reasonable articulable suspicion is created by the Supreme Court. It's not a policy or a law. Cops can run up to you and pat you down. 4th, cops can detain you. Those are the 4 tenets of Terry versus Ohio. So when you hear you're being detained and there's no probable cause, that's a Terry stop. Do you understand that? Without Terry versus Ohio, there's no such thing as detainment. It doesn't exist. It was created by the Supreme Court to arrest Black Panthers in 1968.
For what crime?
For assault. We're investigating an assault.
I'm detained for an assault.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So detain just means you're not free to leave.
I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent.
Okay, absolutely, sir. I'm just gonna pat you down, make sure you have.
I do not consent to any searches or seizures.
That's okay, sir. I have reasonable suspicion that you could be armed and you've already tried.
I do not consent to any.
Okay, so here's the $1 million question. Let me ask you a question. Jeff Millman, can the cop walk up to Brick Jonesy and pat him down because he's afraid for his safety? Can he walk up? We're gonna listen to Chevy Chong next. Les Paul, first time I've seen your name in the chat. Can the cops walk up to Brick Jonesy? Kevin Gordon got it first. Yes. A policy created by the Supreme Court puts officer safety over your 4th Amendment. They say it all hinges on the reasonableness clause of the 4th Amendment. You're supposed to be secure in your person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Well, Brick Jonesy hasn't posed a danger to anybody. He wanted his rights respected that he was in a public parking lot funded by the public in the sheriff's parking lot. So he's being Terry stopped. Random American said, you just told us he could. I know, brother.
Searches or seizures.
Okay, I'm not gonna be searching. I'm just gonna be patting you.
I do not consent to any searches or seizures.
Okay. Sounds good, sir.
It's right here. I'm just gonna take this off and just put it on the seat, okay? You'll get
take
it back.
this knife as well, okay? You don't have any other weapons on you or anything like that, brother?
I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent.
Okay. This is just for my safety and yours, okay, man?
No, it's not for my safety and yours. We know that with the DEI hire who shot the guy. The DEI hire who shot the guy in the leg yesterday. It's not safer when the cops put their hands on you.
Notice you have the backpack. Are you able to just take it off and set it down for the meantime?
I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent.
Okay, that's fine. Are you able to take your backpack
I
off
invoke
for the
my 5th
meantime?
Amendment right to remain silent.
Okay, sounds good, sir. I need to see your ID real quick. You have that?
No.
I do not consent to any searches or seizures.
Okay, I need to see your ID, man.
I do not consent to any searches or seizures.
We need to be able to identify you.
If you want to search me, it will be a 4th Amendment violation and you will be sued personally. You will be sued personally.
Fact.
You will be held personally liable
I'm just trying to identify
as well
you
as
now.
professionally liable.
So what is your first name?
I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent.
So
This is the
you're
3rd
refusing
time I've said it.
You're refusing to identify yourself?
I invoke my 5th Amendment right to remain silent.
We're gonna just wait till my partner gets back and then we'll go from there, okay?
So this one's going to be from 7:33. He gave me the timestamps on this. 7:33 right here. So we're going to go to 7:23 here. We're going to watch this from 7:33 until 9:44. 7:33 till 9:44.
Alrighty, sir. So, again, I'm Officer Tadoni with the Albuquerque Police Department. Okay, my man number is 7369. Okay. So I do have probable cause to believe that you did commit assault today. Okay, with the pepper spray.
What?
You invoked your 5th Amendment. I don't want to interrupt that. Okay, so I don't want to talk to you about the incident. Okay. However, I do just got to be honest with you. Okay, I do need to identify you because of this. Okay.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, just handing me your ID, just so I'm able to identify you, and then at that point we can kind of go from there. Okay.
If I don't ID,
You'll be placed under arrest for concealing identity.
under threat of arrest, I don't mind ID.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I said,
You do mind IDing, and you're going to claim out loud that it's a violation of your 4th Amendment. But again, remember, he has enough right here to file a federal civil rights lawsuit. Everybody welcome Ripple Effect. He's an activist. You go watch his videos. Ripple Effect, we still haven't talked. I said I got to talk to you yesterday. We got to talk on the phone here pretty quick. We got to jump on a phone call. So you say, I don't agree to giving my ID.
Under threat of arrest, I don't mind identifying.
Okay. You have your physical ID on you?
My physical ID, I do.
Okay. Do you mind grabbing that for me, please?
I don't want to reach for my pocket without,
I already passed
good.
it.
All right.
Okay, man.
It's in here. All right. Under threat of arrest, I'm going to ID. So, am I required to hand it to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm required to hand it to the officer, he says. Just a sec.
Yeah, no, take your time.
So he said he was going to charge him with assault. So at that point, if he's going to list a criminal statute he's going to charge you with, you have to give your ID or he can arrest you.
Oh, goodness. All right. This is... So I'm going to hand you both of these.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep. Can you not dox me? You're live. Can you not dox me? That's releasing private personal information while I'm live.
It's got to be on my body camera. I apologize.
You can hold on to that as well until you give me my ID back.
Okay. I don't need that, sir. You can hang on to that. Okay?
You do know what that is, right?
No, sir. I don't.
That's a Fifth Amendment cop card.
Okay.
So you can hold on to it until you give me my ID back.
Okay. I'm just going to place this down here just because I don't need it. Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna...
Fifth Amendment cop card says you don't have to ID without probable cause. He stated that there's probable cause. Now you have to give him your ID or he can arrest you.
Be right back, okay?
All right.
Your ID, I'll return your ID to you.
Thank you, sir.
So then I want to jump forward here because I want to see what happens at the end here.
And easy on the name.
Hey, by the way, man, you got a warrant. You didn't take care of me, okay? It's not expeditable here.
Really?
Yes, sir. I believe it was New Hampshire only was the extradition.
Really?
Something like that.
I appreciate you letting me
I
know.
just want to let you know it's not expeditable. I'm not going to act on it.
Okay.
So
Thank you for the
said
information.
address, yeah, absolutely. So the address on here was good for you, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to be receiving a summons to appear, okay? For just one count of assault.
Okay.
Okay. So a report's
Oh,
going to be
wow.
written, case number, computer dispatch number, then my man number are going to be on this piece of paper. It's
Okay.
criminal trespass.
Okay.
Just advising that you cannot return under the property of Coronado Mall.
Okay.
You're at 6600 Manal, okay?
Very good.
If you do return, whether we see you or receive you not returning, at that point it's going to be a criminal charge, okay? You get charged with the state statute. It is 30-14-1, okay?
Okay, so 30-14-1, 30-14-1, he's going to give him a charge right here. And so Brick now has an appearance he has to make. So if he's going to charge you with a crime, you have to give him your ID. If you don't give him your ID, Brick would have got arrested and taken to the dungeon, and then he would have had to make bail, come up with another $1,000 or whatever it's going to be. And so Brick Jonesy's in the room, everybody. Great job over here, Brick. Great job over here. I'm trying to make sure my language stays clean during audits and stuff. And then Steve Conkler just sent in a Zelle donation. Steve Conkler just sent me a Zelle. Thanks for your donation, dude. I'm going to keep on giving out trifolds. Let me read off a few people. We had Kenneth H. who ordered a trifold. So we're at 6 trifolds that I'm going to give away during this live stream. 6 trifolds. So we're still just at 1 right there. My internet speed right now is so slow. So if it's a little choppy, I apologize. Let me go over to my email here and see. Okay, cool. So I've got, that's his right there. Okay. And then I have right here. Okay. So cool. David, gotcha. I need your full shipping address. And your, okay, so cool. I'm going to send one off to you, David H. David H. I'm going to send you out a cop card. Okay, cool. I got you, man. Double check your order right there. And then, okay, cool. So now someone sent me some information about the Trump meme coin, which I found to be pretty interesting. And then I'm just looking in my email right now for anybody who sent me their full address so I can shoot you out a free trifold right there. So there's Lana, but Lana, I don't have your full shipping address. A couple of you guys, I need your full shipping address if I'm going to send you off. Remember, if you email me and say, hey, Chili, mail me a free trifold, if I don't have your first name, your street address, your city, state, and your zip code, then I can't mail you off. I can't mail you off. No, I was the black Power Ranger, not the blue one. So I wasn't the black one. Thank you. I appreciate it, Maddie. And then Maddie, I think, was it you that I emailed, that I sent off a hoodie to? You can use the pay apps, Brian, or you can go through my website and put a donation there. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. The email address, if you guys want a free trifold, because I have 6 to give away still. I'm going to give away these 6 I mean, you guys, I show you the proof of it. There's people in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you got free stuff from me. I want to make sure that people get. Lenny, I think you wanted a free trifold as well. Shoot me over your contact information so that I can send you in. And everybody, give Brick Jonesy a round of applause. He did this right. He got a ticket. He's going to have to go to court on it, but we can talk about that. We can work on that. So all these people got free stuff from me in the mail. Oh, by the way, Brandy, I think I said it yesterday. I sent you off a package yesterday. Levi audits. Yep, absolutely. I want to make sure that we try to get a trifold in every car in the country. And so what I do is, and then by the way, Northeast Colorado Cop Block, I got your donation. So just so you know, Northeast Colorado Cop Block, he just donated money to me so that I can give away everything, so I can keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate it. We don't stop. And now I said, as I would do, is I wanted to play Chevy's song, because Chevy made a song. Chevy made a song. And so I want to play Chevy's song. Chevy the songster. Are you in here, Chevy? Are you in here, Chevy? And then, let me see one thing before we do this. I want to see how many people. Did we get Brick Jonesy to 1,000? We did, 1.02 thousand subscribers. So we got you 25 people, 23 people who signed up over there, Brick. So now you have over 1,000, buddy. Thanks, Brick. Appreciate all that you do, man. I appreciate all that you do. Okay, so this is Chevy's song. If you guys don't know Chevy, been a member of Team DLZ since the very beginning. There's Chevy right there. Okay, we're going to listen to Chevy's song. Let's have a moment of brevity here. Everybody, nice job, Chevy. Nice job. I've heard several songs on your YouTube channel, but I haven't heard this one yet. And this one is called Parody of Leader of the Pack. So let's listen to Chevy's song.
She really going out with him? Well, there she is. Let's ask her. Betty, is that Chill's name you're wearing? Mm-hmm. Gee, it must be great riding with him. Is he picking you up today? Mm-hmm. By the way, where did you meet him? I met him at Team DLC near the candy store. He turned around and smiled at me. Get the picture? Yes, we see. That's when I fell for the leader of the pack. My folks were always putting him down, down, down. They said he came from the wrong side of town. What you mean when you say that he came from the wrong side of town? They told me he was badass, but I knew he was Jose Maria de Constu. American constitutional sociologist, that's why I fell for the leader of the pack. One day, my dad said, find someone new. I had to tell my children we're through. What you mean when you say that you better go find somebody new? He stood there and asked me why, but all I could do was cry. I'm sorry I hurt you, the leader of the pack. He sort of smiled and kissed me goodbye. The tears were beginning to show as he drove away on that rainy night. I begged him to go slow. Whether he heard, I'll never know. DOZ, they all stop and stare. I can't hide the tears, but I don't care. I'll never forget it, the leader of the pack. Yakety yak, he's gone. Hit the like button, please. Yakety yak, he's gone. Hit the like button, please.
I hit the like button. Everybody, situation. Hold on a second. We're going to get into that. But first, let me just say thank you, Chevy. That was absolutely wonderful. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but my face is beet red. When I'm fighting, I can be really aggressive and say I'm the leader and I will take on the government and I'm going to become the government and become the leader. When somebody else is saying it, it's really, really hard to accept that, but it's hard. But thank you, Chevy. God bless you, dude. Let me check my email right here. Somebody sent me an email and they said that they sent me in for the free trifold. Okay. So Ronnie Jun, there's no shipping address on here. There's like 5 people so far. And then Lenny, let me take a screenshot. Sacramento Lenny, I got your contact right here. And then Michael Taylor, I got your email address, but I don't have a shipping address. I mean, like, so many people. Okay, now I got Josh Riggs. I'm not sure if you're in here, if you want to identify your username or not, but I got a screenshot right here. I'm sending you off a free trifold in the mail. I'm going to ship it to you. You got to get your own rubber band, but you get the free trifold in the mail. So that's half the battle right there, having the trifold in your account. And then Mitchell M, I see that you changed your password. And then cool. All right, cool. Tara's diehard Team DLZ. So let me get a screenshot of your. Tara doesn't really need a free trifold. She's a big donor, but we got you anyway, Tara. I'm going to send this off to you. Thank you so much for your support, Tara. I appreciate it. It means an absolute ton to me because remember, we're nothing without each other. If we don't have a team of people, then we can't do anything. If there's not people out there who actively support and we push. Listen, here's the bottom line. As far as I'm concerned, here's the bottom line. I have to become governor. I have to become mayor of LA, mayor of New York, mayor of Albuquerque. I have to become the executive in charge for the police state, prison state, death state to be changed by policy. That's how I see it. That's what I think. I have to be the leader. I don't think anybody else will do it. I think they're going to be bought and paid off. Remember, what is it? Smith & Wesson makes a ton of the torture cuffs all across America, and they are absolutely crap. They're going to work against me all the way, and I'm a huge Second Amendment supporter, but they're going to work against me all the way. So anyway, I want to again say thank you to Chevy. Thank you for the song. I appreciate it. I'm absolutely flattered. My face is all red. Sorry about that. But all right, let's get into this. This is ridiculous. Watch this right here.
It's a tense situation. Cops with guns drawn, aiming at a suspect who is on his knees. Suddenly, a woman comes forward.
Why are your guns pulled on this young man?
The bystander, 31-year-old Sky Holsey, says she was getting gas when it happened at an LA intersection. She not only started recording, she stepped right into the action, a big no-no for civilians, and begged cops to put down their weapons.
I don't understand why y'all got guns drawn on him right now.
At one point, you can see a female officer telling her to move out of the line of fire. But she kept at it, even breaking down in tears.
Can y'all just put your guns away?
Some people are praising her for getting involved, potentially saving the man's life. But others say she had no knowledge of what led up to the confrontation and foolishly put herself in jeopardy.
I totally disagree. We're going to hear from her in 1 second, but this is a reaction video, so I got to jump in here. Let me ask you a question. If you saw this, wouldn't you jump in? Wouldn't you jump in with your camera? You don't have to interfere or physically obstruct the police, but that means you can interject and say, wait a minute, why are you pointing your guns at him? Put a 1 in the chat. If you saw this, if you would jump out of your car or walk across the street and take your camera out and say, why are you doing this to this man? There's no reason to have guns drawn on the guy. If he was a danger, he would have been shot already. Do we agree on that? If this man was a danger to society, he would have been shot immediately, right or wrong? The idea that the police have to draw their guns on people and you have to get on your knees, that's the part that we have to change. Chris Beaumont is here, everybody. Chris Beaumont is here, everybody. Chris Beaumont is here. Dan Hanlon is here. Julie is here. Sally is here. Holy smokes, so many good people in the chat. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it.
Well, I wanted to do something, and that was the only thing that I could do.
Don't resist him, okay?
Fortunately for everyone involved, the incident ended peacefully. Cops handcuffed 24-year-old William Ewell. Hawthorne police suspected Ewell and 2 companions of entering a mini-mart and arguing with the cashier. Ewell then walked behind the counter and forcibly grabbed store items. The cashier attempted to stop Ewell, at which time she was assaulted. We asked retired LAPD Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey about the controversial video.
But hold on a minute. Why are we always asking cops? Aren't cops for cops? Why are we always asking the cops what they think of the interaction? Your policies, procedures, and protocols are the reason why we have a police state, prison state, death state. Why am I asking a JBTP what they think? I know what I think. I got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and I can see and I can hear. I don't need to ask the cop, hey, what does this retired cop think of this? The retired cop, they may be 100% on the side of the cops, or they may have retired, looked back and saw the error of their ways. I had a DM going back and forth today with a cop on Instagram, and I was explaining to him that you're going to look back on life and you're going to feel full of regret. You're going to feel sorrow for what you've done. Your great-grandchildren and your grandchildren will lie about what you did for a living. They'll never admit that you were a jackboot thug pig. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. 100%. It's just so unbelievable what we're seeing. It's so unbelievable what we're seeing.
Video.
No, this wasn't excessive force. This was police officers performing their duties as they're trained, given the information that they had at the time.
You're gonna shoot
duty.
We asked retired
Well, she says no, but let's go back into why they stopped him, okay? Let's go back into why they stopped him.
life, but others say
I don't understand why y'all got
involved led up
Something, and that was the only thing that I could do.
Don't resist him, okay?
Fortunately for everyone involved, the incident ended peacefully. Cops handcuffed 24-year-old William Ewell.
Okay, so let's see why they had him on his knees and they were going to shoot him, or they were threatening to shoot him. And then we'll listen to the pig.
Hawthorne police suspected Ewell and 2 companions of entering a mini-mart and arguing with the cashier.
Okay, so he was suspected of entering a mini-mart and arguing with the cashier. That so far is his crime. And then the further crime is going to be, I think, stealing something from a mini-mart. Let's finish it.
Ewell then walked behind the counter and forcibly grabbed store items.
And then forcibly grabbed some store items? You mean he grabbed them off the shelf and put them under his arm? And the cashier went over there and tried to knock them away and he kept them all tight to his body? I disagree with that. I think you should be punished for stealing, but you shouldn't get shot and you shouldn't have guns pointed to your head. He would have been easy to track. They shoot him with a silly putty ball that has an air tracker in it. And the silly putty ball that shoots him, he can't get off. It ingrains into the clothing.
The cashier attempted to stop Ewell, at which time she was assaulted.
Do you believe that? Or do you believe that he just hastily shoved her off or shrugged his shoulders off and then ran out the store? And believe me, I'm not for that. I'm against stealing. You should be punished for stealing. But you shouldn't be shot. You shouldn't be shot. Oh, SWE, you've been a member forever, man. Your credit card must have just changed over.
We asked retired LAPD
We
Sergeant
asked a retired pig what they think.
Cheryl Dorsey about the controversial video.
No, this wasn't excessive force. This was police officers performing their duties as they're trained, given the information that they had at the time.
Are you gonna shoot him? Are you gonna shoot him? Okay, relax, baby. Relax.
So what did they say there? They bring a cop on, and the cop says what? Of course this wasn't excessive force. Of course it wasn't. The police officer's doing as they're trained to do. You got it for me, honey. And you shouldn't have been a cop to begin with because you're a woman and women don't belong being cops. DEI hire. This was cops doing what they're trained to do. So what do I always say? Policy, procedure, and protocol. Policy, procedure, and protocol. That's the problem. If these guys were trained to be this way, then the policy, procedure, and protocol is flawed. It creates a tyrannical police state, prison state, death state. Anybody disagree with that? Anybody disagree with that? Am I wrong on that? It's just so unbelievable what we're seeing time and time and time again. We keep on seeing it. It's policy, it's procedure, and it's protocol.
An elderly gentleman taking a leisurely stroll in his neighborhood. Now watch as these two young men approach him. Words are exchanged. The 71-year-old victim tries to walk away, but the teens cut him off. Suddenly, he's kicked to the ground. His turban, a symbol of his Sikh faith, flies off. It's heartbreaking to watch. He tries to get up. Once again, he's kicked to the ground.
Wow.
They're not done yet. This punk returns and kicks the elderly man 3 more times. Then comes something utterly disgusting.
Okay, he spits on him. Okay, so right here, we have someone acting with violence. And let me answer the troll's question. So every woman or person of color is a DEI hire? I never said person of color. I said every woman should not be a cop. And I stand by that 100% firmly, troll. I understand. I stand by that 100%. I don't know if she got in because the color of her skin and got her in through affirmative action. I never said that. I've always said, and I will remain saying, that women do not belong being police officers in the field. I've said it 1,000 times. I have. Terry says a retired cop's comments are worthless. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree 100% with Terry. If a retired cop's words are worthless. So now let me comment on this right here. If you go around and you are kicking people and then kicking them on the ground and spitting on them, you're a violent thug and you should be met with arrest. And if that arrest includes violence, with violence. You don't get to do violence on people and then not get met with justice and violence in return. I don't see how you're going to arrest somebody who's a violent thug without using violence. I don't understand how that's going to happen. Low-life maggot, the retired cop, he spits on him.
Spits on him. So who is the assailant? He's been identified as 18-year-old Tyrone McAllister.
18 years old, no guidance, no good parenting.
The son of the police chief in...
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh yeah, we're definitely for rule of law, Everett. I'm 100%. So I'm for rule of law all the way. I'm not a sovereign citizen other than being sovereign in myself and my own person, but I believe that I have to live under a set of laws. I believe I have to live by a set of laws so we don't kill each other. But now take a look at this. Shane McAllister is the son of Daryl McAllister, who's the chief of police. If Shane McAllister is behaving this way, then he was abused. If Shane McAllister is acting this way, then Shane McAllister was badly abused by the people who took care of him? Is it, and what do we know about police? And here's Milena. Women should not be coppers or make decisions as being white coats, etc. Stats showing there's pathetic psychopaths with, I added the word pathetic in there, with many underlying psychological factors that make them dangerous. I agree. Melania, you must hate all women. You must be a misogynist. I can't believe you would say that. So let me ask you a question. We know that 2 out of 5 cops beat their wives and their children or both. Beat their wives, their children, or both. So do you think maybe this guy beat his kid? Let's take a look at how his kid acted. So if this is his kid,
Symbol of his cut him off. Suddenly, he's kicked to the ground.
Man, so where'd he learn that? I bet he learned it from his daddy.
His turban, a symbol of his Sikh faith, flies off. It's heartbreaking to watch. He tries to get up. Once again, he's kicked to the ground.
So then he's learned this from his dad.
They're not done yet. This punk returns and kicks the elderly man 3 more times. Then comes something utterly disgusting. He spits on him. So who is the assailant? He's been identified as 18-year-old Tyrone McAllister, the son of the police chief in Union City, California. The chief, Daryl McAllister, released this statement on Facebook. Words can barely describe how embarrassed, dejected, and hurt my wife, daughters, and I feel right now.
So I want to ask a question to the chief. I'm not sure. Let me see how old this video is because this was sent to me by my editors. So this was 6 years ago. I wonder whatever happened to Chief McAllister, Daryl McAllister. If you guys can look that up, I'd like to know.
My stomach has been churning from the moment I learned this news. My family is shaken to the core.
Wait a minute, though. Hold on a second. Hurt people hurt people. What did you do to that kid that he behaves this way now? And he's 18. What did you do to this kid? What did you do to this kid, Daryl McAllister? Instead of stating blanketly that you abused him, I don't know if you did or not. I want to ask Daryl McAllister, what did you do to this kid? Is this what he learned growing up? Because he's 18. So he learned this somewhere. Daryl, did he learn this at home? Did you beat your son, Daryl? Did you beat your son? 2 out of 5 cops beat their kids. Did you beat him, Daryl? Did you make him this way? JBTP, Daddy taught him well, says Kevin Gordon. Daddy taught him well. Am I wrong about this? Am I wrong? I just want to know. Can anybody out there tell me if I'm wrong? I don't know very many 18-year-old kids who go around kicking people down, then kick them 3 times around the ground. How many times did his father beat him and kick him when he was down on the ground? Hurt people hurt people. Right or wrong? Todd Epperson? Todd Epperson says, I bet the chief has domestic violence issues. Everett Sanchez says, of course he did. I just want to know what you guys think. Sound off in the chat. Do you think that the chief of police beat his kid to get his kid to act this way? It's a fair question. It's a fair question. I just want to know what you guys think.
McAllister says he and his wife actually assisted police in tracking down his son and the other teen. And here's the victim, Sahib Singh. He does not speak English. His daughter, Rupinder, says her father can't stop weeping. We now know that one of these men is the son of a police chief in the area. Yes. What do you think of that?
So hold on a second.
And here's the victim, says, my family is shaken to the core. McAllister says he and his wife actually assisted police in tracking down his son and the other teen.
Of course, you should have done exactly that.
And here's the victim, Sahib Singh. He does not speak English. His daughter, Rupinder, says her father can't stop weeping.
Wow. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? My mother is 74, 75 years old. It's 2025. She turned 75 this year. My mother does. Could you imagine if you saw your mother or your father? I'm a Gen Xer. Does anybody have any parents in their 70s, around 70 to 75 years old? Could you imagine seeing that happen to your father on camera? Could you imagine how horrible you would feel? Could you even, and now they're saying that he can't stop crying. because he's been completely demoralized. His soul has been pulled from his body, and he feels like he can't be safe. We got Tennessee in the room. Is that what I just saw? Tennessee Transparency News is here, everybody. What's going on, Tennessee? How you doing, brother? Oh, is that Jody? We got Jody Shillo in the room, everybody. Hey, Jody. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Aaron Williams said his father is 80. Could you imagine, dude, watching your dad get kicked and punched like that, kicked and spit on?
We now know that one of these men is the son of a police chief in the area.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Is that the end of the video? We've got a few of these today. So now this is going to be this video. I think that my editors already cut a version of this and put it out there.
What happens next?
We should call this whole segment the Inside Edition segment. Dan Hanlon said, I'm sure he can't even go for a walk. I'm so glad KT's in the room. And then Radek, aka Ski, said his mom is 70. What's going on, Buzzpur? How you guys doing? What's the matter, you? Oh man, I'd flip out too. Hell Tantrum said, if some punk did that to my father, I guarantee I would make sure it never happened again. Good to see you, Ripple. Good to see you, Ripple. Blessed to have a mom that's 78. I know it, brother. I know it.
Police pull up to the scene of an accident. A woman has been rear-ended by another driver while stopped at a red light. She's about to be shocked at what happens next. Within minutes of the officers arriving, she says she went from being an accident victim to being allegedly groped by a cop.
I was shocked that anybody was touching me like that.
Amanda Houghton looks to be disoriented when cops got there. She says it was due to the shock of the accident, but police insisted she take a field sobriety test.
Wow, so she's been in an accident, and now they're going to have her do a field sobriety test after she's all banged up. What do I always tell you guys? What do I always tell you? You have your trifold, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right, you do not agree to any tests. If you can't afford a trifold, one will be provided for you. You don't participate in field sobriety tests. Ever, 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 ever. Can someone put ever, 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 ever? Can someone write that down for me? You never do a field sobriety test ever. It's not going to help you. They're designed for it to fail. They're designed for you to fail.
To see if she was intoxicated. They told her to walk a straight line and do a balance test. The next thing she knew, she was in handcuffs.
I'm going to place you under arrest for DUI. Do you have anything illegal on you?
No. When Amanda's husband, Matt, arrived at the scene, he was warned to stay back.
Stay there.
That's when the officer started searching her. Look at what he did.
Don't touch me. I can search you, and that's what
Whoa. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. She doesn't have the profile of someone who has Why is his hand on her chest? Why is her hand on her chest? For what reason do you got to put your hand on her chest? She's wearing a little tiny t-shirt. You could pull it tight and see if there's an outline of anything in there. There's absolutely no reason why he has to have his hand on her chest. And now watch this. This is disgusting.
Look at what he did.
Stop.
Don't touch me.
I can search you, and that's what I'm doing. You do not pull away from me.
Here, you got me with my husband here.
Hey, I'm going to search you.
With my husband here. You don't get a rope me.
Okay. No one's groping you. There's a little camera right there. Pay attention to it.
What the hell?
Pull away from me again.
What the hell is he doing? What is he doing?
Come over here on the curb and have a seat.
What the hell is he doing? YouTube is going to age restrict and demonetize this video for what this JBTP did. If YouTube is not going to allow this to be shown, then you tell me if what he did is out of bounds. That's incredible. He went down her breasts twice. hiking up her breasts with his hands. That was some morbid ass shit right there. That was some morbid ass shit. Sorry for the language. That's crazy. That's absolutely, yeah, I got you right there. What a pervert.
Dirt, yelling at them. Come over here on the curb and have a seat. Dirt, yelling at them, you know, that this is not right. And he said, you turn around or I'm going to arrest you.
Amanda was taken to Layton, Utah Police Headquarters where a blood test was administered. It came back negative, yet she was still charged with being under the influence and also resisting arrest.
When she jumps back, you call that resisting arrest? That's embarrassing. You don't treat people like that. You definitely don't treat an accident victim like that.
We showed the video to retired Los Angeles Police Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey.
Oh, this is the one who earlier said, that's just police doing what they're trained to do. I'll bet you Cheryl Dorsey right here that she's going to say, hey, you have to just, it's just such a load of shit. Such a load of shit. But let's watch her lie.
She says the technique the officer used when he examined Amanda's chest was standard, but he could have waited for a female officer to do it.
It's a little empathy and a little compassion. That could be my wife. How would I want a male officer?
Standard, but he is the technique the officer used.
Okay, so listen to this part right here. Listen to this part right here, okay? Listen to this part. Yeah, John Jacob, I'm boiling here. But this to me, this right here is the worst part of the whole thing. Listen to what this retired PIGGIE says. Listen here.
Video to retired Los Angeles Police Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey. She says the technique the officer used when he examined Amanda's chest was standard.
Right there. Right there. What do we always say on this channel? It's policy, it's procedure, and protocol. If this is the standard policy, procedure, and protocol, who created it? Did you sign off on it? Who can change it? The governor or the mayor can change it. That's why I'm running for governor. That's why I'm running for mayor. That's why I'm going to win, and I'm going to change the policies of these JBTPs from the top down. I might as well say jackboot thug pigs, because just showing this right here, YouTube is going to consider that too risque for children, because you're feeling a woman up. The cop was feeling her up. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. And remember, they used a standard policy, procedure, and protocol. He was using a standard procedure. So then maybe, just maybe, is the procedure up? Maybe, just maybe, is that what it is? Could it be?
But he could have waited for a female officer to do it.
It's a little empathy and a little compassion. That could be my wife. How would I want a male officer to treat my wife or my sister or my daughter?
The police department stands by the officer, saying he followed proper procedures and acted appropriately.
There it is right there for my editor right there. There it is. This whole short that we're going to make from this video should be about the procedure. Let's listen one more time to what the state-run media, Inside Edition actually is less state-run media than NBC, ABC, CBS, or Fox. But now listen to what the newscast.
My wife or my sister or my daughter.
The police department stands by the officer, saying he followed proper procedures and acted appropriately.
So to my people out there, this should be, you guys should do this. Let me play a few minutes of this video.
We've got some breaking
while
news.
I jump on the phone with my attorney real fast. We're going to watch the first couple of minutes of this. I've already watched this, but I'm going to let you guys watch it. And then I'm going to come right back on here. I got to jump on the phone with my attorney for 15 seconds here. And then I want you guys to watch this. I'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. This video is going to be an update on the 2 Alaska State Troopers that gave an innocent man 300 stitches. First, let's do a recap. If you want to jump straight to the information, go to the end of the video. If you'd like early access to videos like this and more, you can hit the join button and become a member. Donations are also greatly appreciated. All of that information is in the description down below. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let's get into it.
Yesterday, the Office of Special Prosecutions filed criminal complaints in the Kenai District Court against both officers. The Alaska State Troopers hold ourselves to extremely high standards of conduct and accountability. Any allegation of criminal conduct by an Alaska State Trooper is aggressively investigated so that we can hold our employees accountable for their actions, just as we would any person committing a crime in the state of Alaska. I'll have to say personally, when I reviewed this video, I was totally sickened by what I saw. Two Alaska State Troopers that represent this uniform, represents this state, conducted themselves in this way. Because of their actions, there was significant injuries to the person that went to the hospital that was in that vehicle. And I've been with this department 33 years, and I've never seen any action like this before by an Alaska State Trooper. And it's hard for me to equate how this has affected me and other troopers that wear this uniform. Let me be clear, the action of these two individuals is not acceptable to me, not in the line of our training and our policy, and I know it's not acceptable to Alaskans that we serve. While this is an unfortunate day for the Alaska State Troopers, I hope the Alaskans will continue to place their trust in the hundreds of troopers that honorably serve Alaskans every day, ensuring public safety across this great state.
In the state of Alaska, our laws for assault are based on degrees, and the degrees are related to the elements of the crime. That is, what are the things that we have to prove that are the difference between the felony and the misdemeanor. To get to a felony, there are one of two types of elements that are needed, either the use of a dangerous instrument or serious physical injury. Both of those terms, those phrases, are defined in law, and we have to go and look at those definitions to determine whether or not there was a dangerous instrument utilized. We don't believe that in this particular instance there was a dangerous instrument utilized. Or that there was serious physical injury. And while I acknowledge that the victim in this case did have to go to the hospital, it is not unheard of where individuals have to seek medical treatment, but the injuries still do not rise to the level of serious physical injury. The definition of serious physical injury found in our statutes is that it has to be a physical injury that is capable of causing death or serious and protracted disfigurement, or the loss or impairment of the use of a body, organ, or member for some extended period of time. And while these injuries did indeed require medical attention, we have not found that there is sufficient evidence to say that it would have met that higher level.
More talk. I will say that I've been with this department 33 years. My dad was a former Alaska State Trooper. I can't recall any other incidents, to my knowledge, that we've had an arrest like this with two troopers using excessive force when they're detaining a person.
But I am unaware of any prior cases that were filed against an Alaska State Trooper for assault based on excessive use of force when making an arrest.
And I felt that it needed to go to a higher level than just an administrative investigation. It needed to go to a criminal investigation, because I've never seen actions like that before deployed by an Alaska State Trooper in over 30 years.
Oh, yeah, but why didn't he see it? So let's listen. And this is from Alaska Audits, by the way. This happened in Kenai, Alaska, where I'm from. I'm from that area right there. And this is News Now Alaska, who I'm subscribed to. But now let me just play this back for you right here, what he says right here, and let's determine the reason why.
It's an administrative investigation. It needed to go to a criminal investigation, because I've never seen actions like that before deployed by an Alaska State Trooper.
Okay, the reason why he's never seen actions like that deployed from an Alaskan State Trooper is because we didn't have body cameras except for the past 10 years. And in Alaska, I'm going to guess that it hasn't been the past 10 years. It's been much less. So the reason why he's never seen actions like that done by a state trooper before is because there was no cameras. And now that there's cameras, you're going to see it more and more and more. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. Soy Leal's in the room, everybody. Oh my God. Bob said, could you imagine how bad it was in the 90s? Bob, I had a cop one time follow me around, harass me. He followed me to the police department he worked at, where I went in to report him for harassing me. And the cops came out and said, he's not harassing you. Why'd you come here? Why'd you come to us? Have you done something wrong? Are you suspicious? And I could not get the cop to leave me alone. He finally stayed there at the police department after I left, but he had followed me for like an hour on foot, just following me around. It's just, could you imagine what was happening? We know what was happening. We know exactly what was happening. We know it for a fact. Soy Leo. CFW, Carolina Fort Worth was arrested. Is that recent? Or was that, I'm not sure when that was. Dirtbags. So let's keep listening to this guy. Are we getting choppy picture over there? I think my internet's a little screwed up here.
For 30 years.
Have there been any prior complaints or questions about excessive force against either of those troopers?
To my knowledge, we are reviewing a couple cases that they were involved in. So I guess the answer is yes. This is not what the Alaska State Troopers stand for. Certainly not what I stand for. And as long as I'm commissioner, we're not going to allow this type of activity or what I consider gross misconduct by our troopers. And like you say, this is painful not only for us, but it's painful for our troopers that have to deal with it. And certainly, I'm sure they'll get some feedback from the public as they're out doing their duties. Per policy, I'm the only person in this department that can ask for a criminal investigation against one of our own people.
Per policy. Did you hear that? So their policy is that the commissioner is the only one who can call for an investigation of cops who give somebody 300 stitches and attack them with a dog. But he's the only one that can call for an investigation. Isn't that strange? Don't all peace officers swear to uphold the Constitution and your rights? Don't they swear on a Bible? Don't they take an oath to upholding the Constitution, which includes the Bill of Rights? But then if we see a copper break the law, attack someone, savagely batter them, and injure them for life, then he's the only one that can bring charges against them? That is the strangest policy I've ever heard. And then Melena's got a great point here. And other incidents not leaked. He's seen many believe that, Chili Pepper. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. We're going to jump over to Carolina and Fort Worth in 1 second. I'm going to see if she got arrested.
And I felt it serious enough based on what I saw on the body-worn camera and some documents that what we did was outrageous.
Okay, so then this is the paperwork right here. State of Alaska versus David Allen Woodruff, and there's his date of birth. So is this the man who was attacked? The defendant has now been indicted for assault. So this was the guy, and he filed State of Alaska 3rd Judicial District at Kenai. I'm from the Kenai Peninsula. You see this Kenai over here? I'm from right there. I was raised there. Pursuant to Alaska Rule of Criminal Procedure, the state of Alaska now dismisses assault in the 4th degree against Jason Allen Woodruff. Dismissal of CTN-001. Okay, so then this is more paperwork here. And then it says here, count 1 in the 3rd Judicial District of the state of Alaska on May 24th, or near Kenai, where I'm from. I'm from right here. Joseph Lee Miller Jr. recklessly caused physical injury to another person, Ben Ticka, all of which is a Class A misdemeanor. Count 2, 3rd Judicial District, recklessly caused physical injury to Ben Ticka, a Class A misdemeanor. Undersigned swears the offense, and then it goes into here. And then that tells the story here. I can't really see it very well. Plus, I really want to see if Carolina and Fort Worth. So the charges against him were dismissed. But where's the federal civil rights lawsuit? Where I don't have time to read all this right now. But look at this. They added exhibits in here. Look at the dog. Look at that. Holy Jesus. Look at that. He's bleeding. The dog is attacking him. and these dirty pigs are standing over him. Wow. Oh, that's Woodruff right there. And that's Miller right there. So were the charges dropped against the piggy? I'm not sure. Can someone clue me in here? Were the charges dropped against the piggies? Is that what happened right here? I'm a little bit confused. I'm not really sure what this is saying here. Let me just go back into this real quick. Let me just see. So I'm a little confused. Whose charges were dropped? Okay. So now we're going to go. Let's see what happened over here. Carolina and Fort. Man, I'm unsubscribed. Of course I'm subscribed. That's the second channel today that I've been unsubscribed from. What the flock is going on? Okay, so let's go live here. This was streamed 9 days ago. Videos here. 11 hours ago. They can't fix stupid.
I mean, this is the city. That's where I... Who's that one over there?
Oh, Prince.
Who?
Prince? You know Prince.
Friend?
Yeah.
Who's friend?
Okay, so let's see. Is Caroline in Fort Worth in the dungeon? Let me just see here. Let me see here.
This is Caroline Rodriguez. Call me back or leave a message and I'll call
Straight
you
to
back.
voicemail. Oh, okay. He's on a call with her now? Okay, thank you, KT. Hey, Caroline, this is Chili. I'm just hearing that you're in jail, but I'm gonna pop over to Harvey Freebird's channel right now and see. There's very few people who I'm gonna help that are activists now, because I think activists have their own crowds that they can get help from. I'm helping people who are not activists, people who need my help that don't have channels, and that's not what they do. But if you're in trouble, I'll help you. Okay, so let's see exactly. Love you, Caroline. Please give me a call or a text and let me know you're all right. Okay, so let's see. And then KT said she's on a call with Harvey Freebird. So let's see. Harvey Freebird here. Is he live? Is he live on a call with her right now? Okay, so videos. Caroline in Fort Worth is arrested.
This is a prepaid.
If you guys don't know who Harvey Freebird is, I'm unsubscribed. Jesus Christ. Wow. YouTube China, United States government. I really enjoy Harvey Freebird. He's one of the few people who has just been a freedom fighter and hasn't got involved in any kind of drama. So I really respect and like Harvey Freebird. I didn't unsubscribe from your channel, Harvey.
Carolina. An inmate at a correctional facility.
My water.
I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody helping me and watching and trying to just support us. Just support us by watching. Consent to this call being recorded.
January 22nd, 2025, Tarrant County Jail, phone call with Caroline in Fort Worth. And Harvey Freebird is a patriot, you guys. He's a good dude.
And to accept this call, dial 1 now. To reject this call, dial. Your call has been accepted.
Hello? What are you doing in jail?
Well, you remember, okay, so remember we saw the video where I only had 1 day left to do and they took me out and put me on probation?
Yeah.
Right? And I had conditions of probation, right? And one of the conditions was that I wasn't supposed to go within 25 feet of the cop. Well, there was an ambulance, and I stayed 25 feet back, and I yelled because I was zoomed in, but I was 25 feet back the whole time. I was. And then I went and paid my water bill. Well, anyways, I guess they have somebody at the probation office watching me, right? Yeah. So they put in, the judge revoked my, put a warrant out for my arrest because I violated probation, right?
Yeah.
Well, I stayed under, I just ducked it for a few days, and then I put another video up where I went live on, what is that called? The one with the duck. What is that? The live stream channel, whatever that is.
With the duck?
Yeah, the one that has the duck on it. The live stream.
Oh, we lost her.
This is a prepaid from Carolina.
Okay, Claudette.
The correctional facility. If you can.
Okay, let's go. She said to go to Denver Metro Audits. Let's see. Let's see if he's got a live stream going about this right now. He does.
Are certified. It was just make him look bad, right? I mean, that's not an apparently, getting beat up, having fragments in your eye and dislocated shoulder and knocked unconscious, right? Loss of vision. Apparently that's not enough. So they actually had to find her guilty of interference and then sent her to jail for 30 days. It was her sentence. So as a lot of you know, Officer Kruger got fired from the Fort Worth Police Department, but he literally got fired the day after her trial, right?
But I want to hear from Carolina.
That actually time to talk to her.
This is a prepaid.
Today?
I have 10 days. I do 30 days and I've done.
Do you have to?
That's part of the other thing. When my judge got that stuff from Irving, he said, "Oh, there was nothing in it. We're going to continue on with the trial." And
Yeah.
he didn't let us see it. That's the basis for the retrial. How could it be like a mistrial for Manuel, right? But my judge say, "Oh, there's nothing in there that matters. So we're going to continue with the trial."
So how long do you have to?
That's part of the retrial.
How long do you have to be locked up for?
When my release date is.
When did you get?
I have to do 30 days, and I've done. I did 8 before, and I've done 2 now because I went in before midnight last night.
So when did they arrest you? Today?
I have 10 days.
You got 10 days to serve?
I turned myself in because they had. Yeah, I turned myself in yesterday because they were coming to get me at my house, and I didn't want to be arrested in front of my neighbors.
So you turned yourself in yesterday? Are you still in the Are you still in the city jail, or have they moved you over to the county jail yet?
No, I went directly to the county because that's who put the warrant out.
Oh, okay. So you're already
I go to the city jail.
you're already housed and everything?
Right. So I don't know. Yeah, but they can't tell me if I'm 3 for 1 or 2 for 1. They said to check tomorrow. So if I'm 3 for 1, I'll be out like in 2 days. But if I'm 2 for 1, I have to wait 7 days. So they're going to have to come to my cell and get me for my hearing on the 24th. The 24th is on Friday. They're for they're doing a hearing of whether I get a retrial or not.
Milena.
The person that's doing that is the same judge that fucked us over the first time, right?
Yeah.
He's the same judge that's going to decide you because they were going to arrest you too. I mean, it was objection, overruled, objection, overruled. Couldn't even put Kruger up on the stand.
Yeah.
Couldn't even put Kruger up on the stand. What kind of bullshit is that? And then not letting us have that stuff that Noel got dismissed. See it.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I reviewed it. There's nothing in there that's out." Well, that's fine because it's admitted for Kruger and then okay, right?
Yeah.
But when it was you know, and then when we were trying to explain about the criminal negligence part, you know, you have to show criminal negligence.
Yeah.
They were all that.
$20,000.
Every time.
Okay, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. You guys hear me okay now? Give me a 5x5. You guys can hear me all right? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Give me a 5x5. My internet is doing really weird stuff right now. It's not the computer, it's the actual internet. That's what's happening. Oh my God, it's doing it again. My internet is popping in and out. It's not the computer, it's the internet. The internet is completely and utterly screwed. Are you guys there okay? I'm going to break down today and you guys got me okay? Can you guys hear me all right? So I'm going to order today. I'm going to order Starlink. I didn't want to order Starlink, but can you guys hear me all right? So this is about Carolina and Fort Worth right now. You guys stay with me. If the internet goes down, I can always connect through my phone. So I will connect through my phone. So stay with me. If my internet fails right now, I'm going to order Starlink today, but I'm just trying to get everything accomplished, and I don't want to have to order Starlink. And then, so how many people did we lose? Yeah, now we're down under 200 people, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. As long as you're still here, that's what counts right now. So thank you guys for staying. No, it's my internet. It's 100% my internet because it showed me my internet failed up here on the upper left-hand side. So now let's listen to what's happening to Carolina and Fort Worth, because I'm not in a dungeon. This sucks for me, but I'm not in a dungeon. And we can't even get her out. We can't even get her out. So she's locked away. Artle, if my internet pops in and out, just stay with me, guys. Just wait, okay? There's a fly in the ointment. I know what you meant, Chevy. Steve Conkler, we don't stop. Gary Bryant, we don't stop. All right, let's keep listening to Carolina and Fort Worth here through.
On the top of the car, there was nobody. I followed the girls all the way up. You know, I followed them. They didn't tell me to move. You know, I was walking around for an hour. They didn't tell me to move. Every time we tried to bring that shit in, they'd object.
Yeah, they file all these motions to where I've seen how they work. They'll file all kind of pre-trial motions, and these motions will say, we're filing a motion that they're not allowed to use the Constitution as a defense. We're going to file a motion that they're not allowed to use criminal negligence as a defense. We're going to file a motion. And if your lawyers aren't on top of it and fight it well, then the judge is going to grant these motions for the prosecutors. And then all of your evidence that you need to prove your innocence in your trial, they've already filed motions. You're not allowed to even mention it. Yeah, they really stacked the deck against
Yeah, and
you.
we almost in response, and they deny us for no constitutional reason whatsoever.
It's very biased.
So
You're going to have to appeal it to a higher court. And you're saying that's going to cost 20 grand?
It's 20 grand for an appeal, but if I get $1 million from
20 grand.
that other thing, I'll do it.
Yeah.
The reason why we weren't going to, and he filed, listen to this though, the judge filed an appeal on my behalf with a PR bond. So, because we were going to file an appeal right away because I thought I was going to get 6 months in jail. We thought I was going to get 6 months in jail, right? They thought they were going to give me the max because we gave it to the jury.
Yeah.
And since they only gave me 30 days, we decided not to file the appeal, right? We were going to file the appeal right away, so I wouldn't have to go to jail for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, the judge automatically filed the appeal for us when we didn't ask for it. We didn't ask for an appeal so that they could put conditions on that bond.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say something. What?
Not only was that on bond, the first thing I was on bond because the appeal bond. Well, I didn't even ask for an appeal. We didn't even ask for an appeal, and he automatically inserted one in there with a PR, so it wouldn't cost us anything, so that would have conditions.
Yeah. Man,
the best thing is after they did that to me, I found a video. Huh?
I was just thinking how much.
I found a video where I was at a probation office. Go ahead.
I was just thinking how much that I miss living in Tarrant County. I'm thinking about moving back up there.
Oh man, my stony mate has some really good information about HEB.
Yeah.
That's going to bring them down. We also have something in Denver where they refused to give us body cam footage of where they shot that guy out the second story window.
This is being recorded, so don't say anything. Don't say anything you don't want being on the internet.
Okay, yeah, I'm not.
But what were you saying?
No, this is somebody else.
Hey,
I was saying that
look.
they gave me an appeal. They want me to have conditions, but I didn't ask for an appeal. So they put an appeal on me without me asking. So I would have conditions, but I'm refusing it. They forced me to sign it, but I put under duress and signed it.
Okay, check this out.
Back in the day.
I don't know how long this phone call they're going to let you talk to me, but I'm recording this too. I'll probably post this on the internet. Is there anything you want to say to anybody? What can we do to help?
Well, I need commissary because there's a lot of people in here, like my cellmate, that only needs a few bucks to get out of jail, and they're deporting people here for things that they could get ticketed for. And well, she's here because she went snitch on somebody. She needs to snitch on somebody, and they just made it snitch on her. But there's other people in here. There's like a lady the second time. There's a lady here that's been waiting 9 months for a psychiatric bed.
She's gone.
Damn it.
We lost her.
There's a lot of people here that are.
Carolina,
There's a lot of people here that
listen to me. Stop talking for a second. You're cutting in and out. What can people do to help you? We're not trying to help everybody in the whole jail right now. What do you need for right now?
Well, I need commissary. I need commissary right now.
All right, how do I put commissary on your books?
I'm not sure. There's you can go to the website, the Tarrant County Jail website.
Okay. What's your? We lost her.
You can look up her information in the Tarrant County Jail. So, listen, see, this is the whole reason why I'm helping just regular folks right now and not activists, because Carolina in Fort Worth is going to get money on her books because Harvey Freebird is going to make sure she gets money on her books. We just heard it. He's going to make that happen. And I can shoot him an email real fast and see how much money he was able. Let me just go like this. Hey, buddy, I'm emailing him right now. I don't want to. His email's on his YouTube channel, but let me know if you need more funds or if you need help. Because she's only going to be in jail for a week, so she only needs about $100 because they only let you spend $50 a week on commissary. CFW commissary money. But she does have to have some money. But I'm pretty sure Harvey Freebird is a pretty big channel, pretty popular channel. He should be able to raise significant funds to be able to put into. I just sent him an email. Oh, I know, man. This is so screwed. I am going to order Starlink today. I just got all these little tiny ding, 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 dings. You know what I mean? Like we all do. But when my channel is so shadow banned like this, I don't sell very many trifolds. Yesterday, we got 4,000 views on the live stream. And then when I checked 12 hours later, we had 4,000 views on the live stream. So that means after the live stream ends, they're not putting my stream out into the, and then some people can't chat on my live stream. They're just blocked from being able to chat. Can all you guys chat on the live stream? And if you can't, so Tyrants Exposed, she was put in jail because the judge said she violated the terms of the condition of her release, which is she came within 25 feet of a copper, which is just insane. We're just going more and more where there's some sort of protected class. That's the same lady who got hit by that cop, Kruger, who was later fired, and then they applied to try to get his job back for him. And then Ron said cops, DAs, lawyers, judges meet in the back room before court. They already predetermined that you're guilty. So the whole system is against you before you even have a chance. Ron, you are so spot on. You are so spot on. I am going to order Starlink today. I didn't want to. It's bad timing for me right now, but I'm going to order Starlink today. She turned herself in, so she didn't have her house raided. Oh, Gary Bryant, we know. It's a total scam. So, okay, cool. I watch on my TV, but I can only chat from my phone. That's cool, John. Thanks for letting me know and dropping a comment. Oh, definitely retaliation. Definitely retaliation. They're just, oh, you couldn't chat yesterday. So if you guys can't chat, take a screenshot, take a picture with your phone, make sure it's as clear as you can be. Take a screenshot with your computer or take a picture with your phone and email that to me, deletelaws@gmail. I just emailed someone back, Angel, you sent me your address. That's not going to work. That address doesn't work. You have to make sure name, street, city, state, zip code. Angel, your address won't work. I took several screenshots of people who contacted me for free trifolds. Okay, so now Michael Taylor finally got it correct. Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of your address, and let me see if we sold any more trifolds today. Let's see. I think that with just our team here, just Team DLZ, there's not very many new people here. So everybody already has a trifold. So we haven't sold but one trifold during the entire live stream, which it used to be like 5 or 10, which is enough where you can hire people, you can build constitutional law scholar, you can do those things, but it sucks. The shadow ban really affects me, really in a negative way. It's really bad. And then I'm not sure what's going on with the Team DLZ all the way. It's just, we're just dealing with some really crazy shit right now. And it's, all right. Are you ready for the next video? Caroline in Fort Worth, we're praying for you. We love you. I know that she's going to get out and she's going to see this, because when you get out, you see everything that people said and did, which is why, people are like, oh, Chili, you should forgive and those stuff. For me, the people who made videos about me and kicked me when I was down, to me, they can burn in hell. I was in a dungeon, wrongfully convicted, wrongfully put in jail, and then people made videos about me celebrating that I was in a dungeon where I could die. And it was just, for me, it's just, the cops here just shot my daughter's best friend's cousin. Wow. So if you guys don't know, Christy the Best Ever was the wife of James Sheets, who was murdered by the cops in Ohio. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, Johnny boy. It's unbelievable. And I had a long chat back and forth with the YouTube yesterday on live chat, but it didn't seem to matter. And now we got back to, we're 260 people now with the different channels and whatnot. On the main channel, we have just 195. So people are coming back to the stream. It's just insane. It's just insane. All right. So this video is about a Glendale cop who kills the wrong person during an investigation. Yeah. Oh, I know it, Maddie. I know it, dude. I know it. And they're like, oh, you wish death on the trolls. Not only do I wish them death, I hope they burn in hell. Like I hope the devil gets your soul for eternity. I'm not God. I don't forgive them. I can't forgive them. I pray and hope that I can forgive them, But Christy the Best Ever, this guy right here, Christy the Best Ever, he was a big supporter of you, in case you didn't know that.
The investigation into how an unarmed bystander was shot and killed by Glendale police continues. 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham reached out to city leaders to see what they have to say.
And I happened to have driven past it, and it looked a little bit scary.
There's sadness and confusion as a community tries to understand how the wrong man was shot and killed by Glendale police.
To hear that an innocent bystander was just shot and killed for simply hanging around at a park, it makes me feel unsafe.
Hector Aramillo is part of the Glendale Elementary School District, but is not speaking on its behalf. He instead chose to speak out as a concerned community leader and father.
To hear this, I really worry about my community.
Wednesday around 7 p.m., a woman called Glendale police after she says her ex-boyfriend threatened her with a gun. When officers arrived, authorities say the woman described the man in his truck, which they found at Horizon Park. Officers, investigators say, approached the truck but couldn't see inside because of its tinted windows. And that's when authorities say their attention was drawn to a person sitting at a nearby gazebo. They gave the man commands, but say he didn't
So hold on a minute. Hold on a second here. Just hold on a second. Oh, it makes absolutely no sense, Joseph. But hold on a minute here. Okay. This is the reason why I review videos with you guys, so that we can break down what they just said right here. So listen to this. I'm only backing up 10 seconds. Listen.
They found at Horizon Park. Called Glendale police after she says her ex-boyfriend threatened her with a gun.
Okay, so a woman calls Glendale police and said her ex-boyfriend threatened her with a gun, and he's driving this particular kind of pickup.
When officers arrived, authorities say the woman described the man in his truck, which they found at Horizon Park.
They found the man in his truck, which they described the truck was at Horizon Park. Okay, so he's in his truck at Horizon Park.
Officers, investigators say, approached the truck but couldn't see inside because of its tinted windows.
Okay.
And that's when authorities say their attention was drawn to a person sitting at a nearby gazebo.
They said he was in his truck and the windows were tinted. I'm just... Okay, so then what happens next? So you were looking for a guy in his pickup truck, and then what happens next?
They gave the man commands, but say he didn't comply, instead moving his hand towards his waistband. That's when an officer shot him, and he died. But it was...
What the hell? So wait a second. That wasn't the guy they were looking for. And they started to shout commands at him, of which they were unlawful. The cops should be prosecuted for murder. You had no right to go after the guy in the gazebo. Buzz, do you have a trifold in your car? You got to get a trifold. Go to deletelaws.com and get a trifold. Get one I ship to you, and I send you off cop cards for free with it.
Was the wrong guy. The ex-boyfriend was later found in the truck with a self-inflicted gunshot.
This is something preventable that should have never happened. Something that we really need to look at and make sure that who the officers involved are held accountable.
The man shot and killed by police was identified by family as 46-year-old Dylan Seebeck. 12 News reached out to Glendale City Council members and mayor for comment. They either ignored or denied our request. Senator-elect Annalise Ortiz releasing a statement calling for full transparency in the investigation. That body cam footage should be released to the public, as well as a detailed explanation of what's next in the officer's disciplinary process. I spoke with Dylan's brother who lives out of state. He says he is at a complete loss and doesn't understand how something like this could even happen. Peoria police, again, taking over this case. They say the investigation is still ongoing. In Glendale, Jade Cunningham, 12 News.
So this is in Glendale, Arizona? Is this Glendale, Arizona, or is this Glendale, California? I'm not sure. We, the police department, investigated ourselves and found that we've done nothing wrong. If any of us did this, we'd be arrested on the spot. It's amazing how many times the cops claim someone reached for their waistband, but later body camera shows that never happened. Let's ask the victim's family if police were just doing their jobs or if this was murder. The wrong man. Just incredible. It's just absolute. Oh yeah, they murdered him. I mean, look at the comments. You know, this is it. The tide has turned. The people are against these dirty pigs. The people have turned against the dirty cops. We know they're dirty. Put a 1 in the chat if you know the cops are dirty. Put a 1 in the chat if you know they're scumbags. Put a 1 in the chat if you know they're scumbags. If you would, please. I just want to see how many people know for a fact that the cops are scumbags. Rancho Relaxo says 1. Ron says 1. Jesper says 1. Rip City, good to see you. I think it's Arizona. I don't think it's Glendale, California. I would have heard about it here. It's disgusting, Christy, the best ever. It's so disgusting. It's just so incredible. Johnny Boy said he's numb to this. He's seen too much of it. Fuck YouTube, eat shit, said 1, 100%. Chevy said pig. And people wonder, they're like, man, Chili, why do you dislike the cops so much? Why are you so negative? Well, take a look. Take a look. Take a look. This is the reason why. Houston Hot Dog said 1. Radic, a.k.a. Ski, said 1. OTVO, Make America Safe Again, said Jesper. Oh, did you tell me you were from another country, the person who just came into the room? Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. The cops should be investigated by a third party who has no association with the police department or the district attorney's office. And then that third party, who's empowered by the state, should convene a grand jury and present evidence against the cops. That's how it should go. And when I'm governor, I'll do exactly that right there. They're not going to be able to stop us. Constitutional Law Scholar truly begins right now when my buddy gets here and we start putting it up on the board, because we have all the pieces now. Big shout out to Chuck P. These broadcasts are tough. Do you know that? These broadcasts are emotionally hard to do. And the reason why they're emotionally hard to do is because we see how much the cops murder and kill people, and I have to sit here and review it. It's really hard. It's really hard. And there's no end to the madness. It never ends. It's always ongoing madness. Let me show you how bad it actually is. Check this out. Is there volume on this bad? I'm not sure if you guys saw this or not, but this started off. So he's driving a homemade little mini car. It has lights, it has wheels. I don't know if it has blinkers or not. I wouldn't ride in that on the street because I think people would kill you. Look at all the dirty pigs that had to go and harass this guy who's driving like a mini go-kart. Is it an infraction of the law? Sure it is. Do they need 20 cops there, motorcycle cops? Do they need all this? They don't. Look at them all afraid to walk up to the guy. They're all convening over here. What a bunch of cowards. I mean, number one, take a look at all the cops that are there. Why are there this many cops to pull over a go-kart? For what reason is this happening? And why do you need multiple different police agencies? The guy built a little mini go-kart, but yet they have 20 cops there. It's just so unbelievable. How many of those cops are pigtails? It's a fair question. We should get to know the answers. There it is. And that's the end of the video. That's the end of the video right there. Oh yeah, there's a few videos here. Yeah, he's driving that was in Florida, by the way. That was in Florida. That was unbelievable.
How are you? Detective Mark Homo from the East Line Police Department.
Hi, how are you?
Do you have your driver's license?
Yes, sir.
I didn't ask for your registration forms or anything. Why are you so nervous?
I thought I was in trouble.
I don't know. Are you? Should you be?
No, I had my phone in my hand, so I thought I was going to get in trouble.
So this is a Liberty Bank card.
So he's so disoriented by the police being there that he gives them the Liberty bank card. That's crazy.
Sorry.
Why are you here?
I was hanging out with my best friend earlier.
Who's your best friend?
No, not here. And I was driving by. She said, you didn't drive by there. And I just want to say, oh, I did drive by here because I was going to go home to go to work.
Doesn't make sense. So I've had complaints of this exact vehicle up here over the last couple of weeks. Acted strange, pulling in and out of driveways, driving around, stopping. It's you. It's your car. There's only one car like this I seen.
Okay.
And now I seen you driving back and forth today.
I'm sorry.
So now it's you and me standing here talking to each other.
I won't come
Why are you here?
Because my friend.
What friend? Okay, so what is she? What's her business?
She's a friend that I was helping out, and she's like my best friend. I was just talking to her on the phone. I would never come back here again. I'm sorry. I'm not a bad person. All I work.
Why are you here driving around our neighborhood?
Whoa. Whoa. And so now you know why. Now you understand the reason why I teach people to have the trifold and to invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Now you know why right there. You're seeing it right there. Now you know why. He's not the quickest guy in the world. He's not the sharpest. He's not the socially slick guy. He's not a talker. He's not a litigator. This guy is just getting by in life. He's got an old, inexpensive car. He's not super articulate. What do I teach you guys? Another OTVO in the chat. He's mentioned Chile if he wants supporters in court tomorrow, February 24th. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You'll have to email me information. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. B. Mortega, I will check to see. But this is the reason why, like, people are like, oh, there's Chile selling his trifold. Do I need support financially? 100%. I sell products on YouTube like everybody else does. They sell their merch, they sell their stuff. The difference between the product that I sell and some of the products that other people sell is that my product can keep you from going to jail, from getting you multiple charges. My product helps you. And if you can't afford my product, I give it to you for free. I want you to buy it. That supports what I'm doing financially. But I'll give you the product at no cost to you. I'll send it to you via email or I'll mail it to you because people donate to me so that I have enough funds to give away my product for free. And I got multiple products. If you buy this product, I'll give you all my other products for free. It's not just a sales pitch. Look at what would have happened if he had pled the Fifth Amendment. Did you see that whole back and forth? Did you see that? And did you hear that? That was crazy. This is insane. This back and forth right here, from about right here on 40 seconds or so.
She said, you didn't drive by.
Como from the East Line Police Department.
Hi, how are you?
No, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
Do you have your driver's license?
Yes, sir.
I didn't ask for your registration forms or anything. Why are you so nervous?
I thought I was in trouble.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Look at the houses in the back. Those houses look like they cost some money. So he's in an expensive neighborhood, so he must be a criminal.
I don't know. Are you? Should you be?
No, I have my phone in my hand. So I thought I was going to get in trouble.
So this is a
that's
Liberty
fine.
Bank card.
Sorry.
Why are you here?
I was hanging out with my best friend earlier.
Who's your best friend?
No, not here. And I was driving by. She said, you didn't drive by there. And I just want to say, oh, I did drive by here because I was going to go home to go to work.
Doesn't make sense. So I've had complaints of this exact vehicle up here over the last couple of weeks. Acted strange, pulling in and out of driveways, driving around, stopping. It's you. It's your car. There's only one car like this I seen.
Okay.
And now I seen you driving back and forth today.
I'm sorry.
So now it's you and me standing here talking to each other.
I won't come
Why are you here?
Because my friend.
What friend? Okay, so what is she? What's her business?
She's a friend that I was helping out, and she's like my best friend. I was just talking to her on the phone. I would never come back here again. I'm sorry. I'm not a bad person. All I work.
Why are you here driving around our neighborhood?
Man, this harassment is incredible.
You don't belong here.
How do you know that?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Why are you here?
I'm sorry.
People have been calling for over a week.
I don't believe him.
Talking to me about you.
I don't believe him.
I'm sorry.
Who's this car registered to?
To me, Stephen Nicholson.
So why do you have a main plate, a main license, and you're here in East Lyme?
I work in Connecticut. I work in Massachusetts. I have friends in Connecticut. I come down here a lot. I work with a trucking company, and
that, how does that get you here in this spot? This is a long way away from all of that.
I saw my friend in Norwich today, and then she left, and I came over here because I drive this way. Well, not through here. I drive through town to go towards East Haddam. I mean,
so a whole nother different direction than here.
I know. I'm trying to explain why I came over here because she said that I wasn't in the area, and I said I just wanted to send her a picture that I was in the area, and she didn't believe me. I'm not a bad person. I promise you. I'll never come back here again. I'm sorry.
Why are you driving in and out of driveways and stuff up here?
Well, when I came here last week.
Are you a burglar?
No, sir. I work 70 hours a week. I do stock exchange. I'm not a burglar. I promise you.
It's not doing you any good, dude.
She's on the phone. She can talk to you. Well,
it's not doing him any good sitting there talking to the cop. Plead the Fifth Amendment.
She's messaging me.
Stay in the car. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
What is this jackboot thug pig doing? It says here at the top of the video, corrupt cop hits disabled man with 11 felony charges until he finds out this. I haven't seen this whole thing. There you go, Angel. Screenshot.
Can I have her call and vouch?
Excuse me?
Can I have her call and vouch for me?
Why would she need to vouch for you?
So that you stop harassing him, pig. He's there visiting somebody.
Because I'm not a burglar, sir. I literally work 70 hours a week. I'm upset.
I don't know if you're a burglar, but you're doing something in this neighborhood that you don't belong doing.
I will never come back to this neighborhood again or this town.
Let's make that a good idea.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm watching your car.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
I'm watching your car.
How demented and sick is that? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? That is some demented, sick shit. I'll never come back to this neighborhood again. That's a good idea. I'm watching your car. What a psycho. If you said this to your girlfriend, if you said this to your boyfriend, if you said this to your neighbor, you would be arrested. You would be charged with harassment, stalking. It's just, but the cop can do it.
You think I'm stupid?
I'm not a burglar.
Do you think I'm stupid? Answer that question.
No, you're not stupid, sir.
Remember that.
Okay.
April Rain.
I'm sorry.
Now, let's see this disorganized cop. Wait, we got a visual of a cop. Wait a minute. That's what the cop looks like right there. That's what the cop looks like. He looks like a total asshole. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He looks like a total asshole. Look at him. Wow. Wow.
Leaked camera footage of an off-the-books traffic stop by an
This says, okay, he's reading it.
East Lyme police detective raises more questions regarding the arrest of a man described by many as having limited intellectual abilities for the alleged kidnapping of an East Lyme teenager. The East Lyme detective, Mark Camo, shared a close and undisclosed relationship with the victim. CT Examiner obtained footage from a body camera worn by Camo when he pulled over Stephen Nicholson, 35, in the Orchards about 3 weeks before the arrest, a neighborhood where both the detective and the teen resided. Nicholson, 35, is facing 11 charges, including kidnapping and assault, after his March arrest. And while Camo has reportedly been assigned to the department's evidence room, a second detective, William Bergantino, is investigating the case for what the courts deemed missing information. According to the arrest
so he's going to arrest this guy.
Warrant, the victim contacted Camo to alert him that Nicholson was driving around her neighborhood. Shortly afterwards, Camo surveilled Nicholson as he stopped into a nearby dollar store, later following him down the Boston Post Road, before making the traffic stop near Plum Hill Road. Police records and body camera footage show that Camo failed to alert dispatch of the stop, a violation of local police procedure. And while the stop does not appear in police logs, no other traffic stop by a detective, a senior rank, was recorded that day. Asked about the stop, one veteran law enforcement officer, who agreed to speak candidly on the condition that his name was withheld, told CT Examiner that it is uncommon for a detective, especially one in the midst of an investigation, to initiate a motor vehicle stop. Typically, patrol officers will conduct stops on behalf of detectives. Camo began investigating the case in December 2023. Camo does not make clear why he made the vehicle stop on February 22, 2024. CT Examiner emailed a series of questions on October 10th to Acting Chief Michael Masek, Chair of the Board of Police Commissioners Dan Price, and First Selectman Dan Cunningham, in an effort to clarify police procedure and the nature of the stop. 1. Is it common practice for East Lyme detectives to make traffic stops? 2. Is it common practice for members of East Lyme Police to make traffic stops without notifying dispatch? 3. Is it common practice for East Lyme Police to ask for assistance or backup after pulling over a driver known to the department to pose a physical threat to the public? 4. Has the department undertaken any investigation or taken any disciplinary action regarding this traffic stop? To date, there has been no response. Given the opportunity to review the video, Philip Russell, a Greenwich-based attorney experienced in cases of claims against law enforcement, said this: "I don't know the case as well as the detective knows the case, but it's hard to put this video clip in context because it's unclear what motivated the stop. The police officer is obviously emotional, although it's hard to say what he's emotional about. There are clearly some vehicle infractions that he might have investigated, but I was particularly surprised that he did not activate his radio or his computer to verify the driver's information. So it's really hard, just from the video, to determine what the legitimate police purpose of the stop, and it's clear that he intended to rattle the motorist, and he succeeded in doing so. I'm going to guess that the vehicle was not spotted by numerous neighbors and was not the subject of numerous complaints by any neighbors." Michael Miller, Nicholson's public defender, did not respond to a request for comment prior to publication. According to the Lyme Examiner, an undisclosed relationship between an East Lyme police detective and the victim of an alleged kidnapping calls into question the arrest and prosecution of a man facing 11 charges, including between an East Lyme police detective and the victim of an alleged.
Just making sure you can't see his license.
Kidnapping.
Okay, you can't see it. You never can identify the license, which is what I was checking on.
Calls into question the arrest and prosecution of a man facing 11 charges, including assault and stalking. Sources close to the case and text messages obtained by the CT Examiner from the now 19-year-old victim have confirmed a personal relationship with the investigating detective, Mark Camo, a 23-year veteran of the East Lyme Police Department.
So she's 19 and he's 20, been a veteran, and they tout him as being a veteran for 23 years. Let's say he was 25. So that means he's 48 years old having a relationship with a 19-year-old girl.
CT Examiner has also learned that a second detective, William Bergantino, has continued investigating the case 8 months after Stephen Nicholson's arrest. Nicholson, 35, whose arrest was widely covered by the media, met the then 17-year-old victim in 2022 while they were co-workers at a Dunkin' in East Lyme.
What?
35, whose arrest was widely covered by the media, met the then 17-year-old victim in...
So he worked with a 17-year-old girl. He's 35 at the time, so 2 years later, she's 19, he's 36 or 37.
2022, while they were co-workers at a...
No, I did the math wrong. He's 35 now. The media is a little misleading. But she was 17, he was 32 or 33.
Dunkin' in East Lyme. According to the 19-page arrest warrant, over a period of about 18 months, Nicholson stalked, threatened, and directed numerous text messages and calls to the victim.
This guy did.
Behaviors allegedly escalated to threats of violence until one night at Denny's restaurant in October 2023, Nicholson assaulted the victim.
Oh, so they're saying that that Nicholson, the guy in the car, texted her and was stalking her.
While she was in his car and drove off with her at high speeds while veering into oncoming traffic. The arrest warrant describes a continuing pattern of interactions between Nicholson and the victim after this incident, including Nicholson manipulating the victim to go on outings to local casinos and stores, as well as repeated stalking. A number of people who have interacted with Nicholson, both before and after his arrest, describe him as having limited intellectual abilities, with a childlike manner and interests. Co-workers and sources familiar with the case say Nicholson shared his credit card information and purchased gifts for the victim and co-workers, amounting to several $1,000s until immediately before his arrest. We would like to give a shout out to Gregory Stroud at the CT Examiner for his hard work on getting the truth out. To hear more about this investigation.
Good job, dude. Good job. Let me give you a thumbs up. Good job. It was a really good job. I mean, that's the thing is these cops, what they do is they target the least intelligent, the most vulnerable victims. The cops target the most vulnerable victims, people who society's not going to stick up for. Society's not going to help. Predator. Exactly correct. Yeah, I agree with that. That's for sure. That's wacky. That's wacky for sure. Right, then why wasn't this all made into an official complaint? Why didn't the 19-year-old girl... I mean, it's just, the whole thing is dirty. Everything about this is dirty from top to bottom. Nothing about this passes the sniff test, right? Watch this. This is crazy. This is crazy. Hey, get it. So this guy runs away from a stop, and of course he has to be apprehended. We don't know what he did. So maybe he doesn't need to be apprehended. We don't know. Hey, get it. Whoa, he ran him over. So there's the copper hitting the guy. Is there a slow speed on this? Nope. He hit the guy and the guy went up on his car and then the fence stopped him from flying over the back of the car. Now he's got to go pick the guy out of the fence. Wow, this is just incredible. We live in such a police state, prison state, death state. This is Claudette, unbelievable psychopath. Oh my God, attempted murder. Oh my God, what a psycho. Wow, this is incredible. This is just nuts. So watch this. The cop is going to chase someone who's fleeing, but instead of taking the time to apprehend him properly, he's going to run him over. And then when he gets ran over, the guy's going to get locked up in the fence between the cop car and the fence. Do you blame him for running?
Hey, get it.
And look at what a police state, prison state, death state we live in. None of the other cops go, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's all perfectly good. Jordan versus City of New London. I don't have it. Jordan versus New London. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, that's 1996. There's not a very good breakdown of that right now. Let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Let me go like this, and let me take this right here. Okay, cool. And now let me do it like this. If I'm going to show it, I want to make sure that we can explain it. Please summarize this for me. Okay, cool. So now I have it. I mean, I totally agree with you that these cops are absolute jackboot thug pigs. This is so unbelievable. What we just saw was so unbelievable. That's crazy. It's incredible. You're running people over. The cops are running people over with their car because they got to get their guy. In a world of cameras, tracking devices, they're using a car to run people over. Oh, did you guys hear the crazy shit that Larry Ellison said yesterday? Ooh, boy, I'll tell you what, you son of a gun. It's bad. They want to put a chip in us. Oh, dude, I'm not down with that at all whatsoever. Not even kinda, not even sorta. Okay, so here's a summary of the case right here. Let me go over here into Grok and let me plug this in. I like Grok a little bit more. Okay, so here's the case that who was that just asked me to take a look at this worst type of humans or cops. Yeah. So this is Robert Jordan versus City of New London and Keith Herren. Thank you for providing a summary of the case. Court jurisdiction and procedure. The case was heard by the Court of Appeals Second Circuit, which means it covers the appeals court from New York, Connecticut, and Vermont. Jordan invoked the Equal Protection Clause under both the U.S. Constitution 14th Amendment and the Connecticut State Constitution. His primary argument was the city's policy of not interviewing candidates. Hold on one second. Let me do it like this. Tell me the story of this before the legal proceedings. Okay, background. Here, this is a little bit better. Robert Jordan was an individual seeking employment as a police officer. His journey into the particular situation began with his preparation and application for such a position. Preparation of police work. Jordan, likely driven by a desire to serve in law enforcement, prepared for the competitive process of becoming a police officer. This would have included physical training, understanding law practices, and readiness for written exams. The written test in March of 1996, Jordan took a written examination administered by Law Enforcement Council in Connecticut, which was in part the recruitment process for various law enforcement agencies in Connecticut. This included the Wonderlic Personal Test, a tool for assessing cognitive abilities. Wonderlic score test. Jordan scored a 33 on the Wonderlic, which is significantly above the medium score suggested for police patrol officers of 21. So he scored a third higher than most other people, and even above the recommended age for the position of 18 to 30. The high score indicated a strong cognitive ability, potentially making him a very capable candidate. After passing the written test, Jordan applied for a police officer position within the city of New London. This step typically involves submitting an application, possibly attending interviews, and undergoing further testing. Upon applying Jordan was informed by the city would not be interviewed. The reason was given that he didn't fit the profile, which initially might have suggested various interpretations like age, experience, or other factors. Later, it was clarified by the city that they were excluding Jordan because his Wonderlic score test was too high. The city believed that the candidates with scores significantly above the norm might be overqualified, leading to higher job dissatisfaction and turnover, which they wanted to avoid for economic and stability reasons. So, in other words, Jordan versus New London, this is the case. Who suggested this case to me? This is the case where the guy applied to be a cop and they said, "You're too smart. You scored a 33 when everybody else scores a 21. Who sent this to me? Fish and Chips sent this to me? Thanks, Fish and Chips. He won't take orders, said Steve. Do you know who's too smart to be a cop? Steve Conkler, this guy right here, way too smart to be a cop. Way too smart to be a cop. Oh, Jason D. Jason, you have emailed me a few times asking me for a wrench. I don't just typically add people, but I think after that, I think I will. Now, the other moderators are going to watch, Jason, because I don't know how long you've been around. I don't know how long you've been around, Jason D. But I'll give you. I'm gonna welcome you. I'm gonna welcome you to being a moderator on Delete Laws. Everybody, welcome Jason D. He's now a moderator. Okay, dude. All right. I'm gonna go through and check. Now, just so you guys know, moderators can hurt you. They can go through and delete people who are your supporters. They can do all kinds of weird stuff. So good to see you, James. Thanks for coming. And good to see you, Jesper. Welcome, Jason D. Welcome, everybody. So now let's keep reading this case here, Jordan versus City of New London. Jordan suspected that the real reason for his exclusion might be age discrimination or other form of bias, although no direct evidence supported his claim. The policy of excluding candidates based on high test scores seems unusual and potentially discriminatory. Believing he was unjustly barred from the interview process and potentially from employment due to a policy he viewed as unfair, Jordan decided to take legal action. He felt his rights under the Equal Protection Clause of both the U.S. and the Connecticut constitutions were violated by what seemed to be an arbitrary exclusion based on his test performance. Before the lawsuit of filing, Jordan and his legal team would have gathered evidence that possibly included communications with New London's hirings, the test results in any documentation or policy, possibly consulting with other applicants to understand if this was common practice. Eventually, this led to Jordan filing a lawsuit against the City of New London, Keith Harrington, and individuals named in the suit, presumably because of his role of the hiring decision was the policy. Please break down what happened in the lawsuit and outcome. Grok and ChatGPT are great. So he filed the lawsuit after being excluded. The defendants were the City of New London. Keith Harrington were named as defendants. Jordan claimed his equal protections were violated. We got that. The case initially went to the U.S. District Court of Connecticut. Okay, so what do I always tell you guys? You're going to lose at district court. District court is to test your resolve, to see if you're going to take it to the next level of circuit court, to the appeals court. That's what district court is for. You're going to lose at the district court level. You're going to lose, and that's the way it goes. You will lose at the district court level. Can you guys see when I highlight this? Let me ask you, can you guys see that? I can't see it, but can you see when it's highlighted? I'm just so curious as to, okay, you can see it. Okay. So district court, the case initially went to the U.S. District Court. After the district court ruled against him, he appealed to the State Court of the Appeals for the Second Circuit. Court proceedings. The court granted summary judgment in favor of the defendants, not Jordan. The judge ruled that the city's policy had a rational basis for excluding candidates with high test scores to reduce job turnover by avoiding overqualified candidates who might not stay long term. The policy was seen as rational, related to a legitimate government interest under Equal Protection Clause's rational basis review. See, what they do is just like for the Fourth Amendment, how they created Terry versus Ohio, under the Equal Protection Clause's rational basis of review. Have you ever heard of that before? Have you ever heard of that before? Never heard of that. The Equal Protection Clause's rational basis review. So it's just so unbelievable. They just make shit up as they go. The Second Circuit Court of appealed the district. They affirmed the district court's decision. The appellate court also reviewed the rational basis review, finding that the city's policy of excluding candidates with scores over 27 was conceivably related to the interest of reducing turnover and training costs. The court emphasized that under the rational basis scrutiny, the policy doesn't need to be perfect or empirically proven. It merely needs to have a conceivable rational basis. The court found that the city's belief about overqualified candidates leaving soon after hiring was enough to meet the standard. Outcome: both the district court and the Court of Appeals upheld summary judgment for the defendants. There's no indication from the summary provided that Jordan's appeal furthered suggesting that he was at the end of his legal action regarding the matter. This case reinforced the application of the rational basis test in employment practices, particularly when no fundamental right or suspect class is involved. It highlighted that public employees could use seemingly arbitrary criteria if they can articulate a rational basis for the criteria, even if the policy might not seem unfair or optimal. Wow, this is just so unbelievable. Okay, so a bunch of you guys sent me this video. This next video I'm going to show right here, a bunch of you sent me. So now we know, I'm going to show you this video right here. And just remember that the guy who applied for the job to become the pig here, this guy's name is Ferman. I'm going to show you that, just like the Ferman in the O.J. Simpson trial. What is going on, Chevy? Everybody, congratulations, Jason D. I mean, Jason D has emailed me a couple times and said, oh, and then Butch the Original. So the reason I haven't added, oh my God, is that the picture you guys are seeing? Oh my God, the internet is so bad. Holy shit. I'm so blurry. Wow, that's what you guys are seeing? Holy shit. Wow. And you guys are staying with me? Wow, you guys are staying with me and it looks like that? Holy shit. That is really bad. I'm so sorry. Wow. I need a new internet provider. I do actually have to order. There you go. Everybody welcome Butch the Original. He's been with me since Ironton, Ohio. Everybody welcome Butch the Original. Thank you so much. I don't even want to continue the live stream. It looks so bad. You can't even see me. That's incredible. How is it this bad? Wow. I don't know. How do the videos look? I'll show this video. Let me see how the video looks when we show the video. Oh, there's the...
Why do you think that throughout your career you have continued to be accused of excessive force?
I think I'm very proactive, and I think I'm involved in a lot more scenes and incidents.
It would be hard to find a police officer in Melvindale more polarizing than Lieutenant Matthew Ferman. In his 12 years on the job, he's been promoted and celebrated, suspended and criminally charged, fired and brought back.
Do you have the temperament to be a police officer?
I do.
A lot of people don't think so. Some people in your own department, in fact.
And I've had a lot of people tell me I'm a great police officer.
The slew of allegations against him that he adamantly denies can be found in citizen complaints, lawsuits, police reports, and depositions. Like in 2016, when Ferman pulled over a mother driving her 2 small children. Her vehicle had no car insurance, and Ferman ordered her car towed. Instead of letting the woman wait for her ride, she said Ferman dragged her out of her car and onto the ground, forcing her over the vehicle's hood, all in front of her children. Ferman would be suspended for 3 days, but the suspension was later overturned by the Public Safety Commission. Just a few months after that, he would detain a robbery suspect who said Ferman slammed his head into the police car while he was handcuffed. A lieutenant reported that he witnessed this and told the man he would not sweep that incident under the rug. Another officer there said under oath that Ferman went way over the line and split the man's head open. Ferman told us he didn't cause the injury at all. It was the people the man was stealing from. He said the two officers didn't see what they thought they saw.
They were both lying.
I'm not going to call them liars, but I'm going to say their perspective was probably off because they were halfway down the block.
Ferman says that an outside investigation cleared him of any misconduct and that he ultimately faced no discipline.
Prosecutors say a Melvindale police sergeant completely mishandled a call here in this neighborhood.
In 2019, Ferman would be charged by Wayne County's prosecutor, accused of assault after he responded to a disorderly conduct complaint. While there, an intoxicated man would accuse Ferman of throwing him down a flight of stairs.
The defendant used coarse language, threw a food bowl across a kitchen.
Ferman again denied the charges, saying the man fell on his own. The prosecutor would dismiss the assault charge in exchange for Ferman pleading no contest to willful neglect of duty. He would be fired over the incident, but an arbitrator overturned his termination, saying the city offered no concrete evidence that Ferman threw the man down the stairs.
Watch his door.
2 years later, Ferman was part of a high-speed police chase. The suspect had stolen a vehicle, police said, after striking an officer. And after his vehicle crashed, he fled on foot before officers surrounded him. As officers tried to subdue the man, a Dearborn officer's body cam caught Ferman repeatedly stomping on the man's leg as multiple officers look on.
Cameras all around, guys.
A Dearborn officer would report Officer Ferman's force to Melvindale PD. Ferman said the man was resisting officers as they tried to handcuff him, so he used the stomps as a form of pain compliance. Ferman was not disciplined.
I'm very hardworking. I'm very proactive. And if you are proactive and you're hardworking, you are going to get more complaints.
But these aren't just complaints coming from citizens. These are, in some cases, complaints coming from other officers in your department, officers in other departments, your chief in some cases. That's not typical, is it?
I don't know.
In the last year, we've had 3 officers from Melvindale involved in a shooting.
Faisal Manassar has been a motor carrier officer in Melvindale for the last 8 years and says attacks against law enforcement, like the one that claimed the life of Officer Mohammed Saeed last July, influences how Ferman does his job. He and a number of officers we spoke with said Ferman is by the book.
Comes to work, works hard, protects our city that I live in, and tries to get crime out of here. You know, I got nothing but respect for him.
But Melvindale's own mayor said the lieutenant can be his own worst enemy.
Do you think he understands de-escalation?
Oh, no, I don't. I feel like in the heat of the moment, he needs to learn how to put aside anger and just do his job.
When we talked to her last month, she said Ferman belongs at a desk rather than on the street, that at least one lieutenant in the department doesn't want to.
She thinks he belongs at a desk, not even on the street. She's the mayor and she can't get rid of him.
Respond to calls with Ferman, concerned that they'll end in trouble.
When you have other officers saying that they don't want to respond to calls with him, that can potentially cause a problem.
Cooperate! What am I doing? Cooperate!
Ferman's latest brush with controversy would take place back in July.
He did that in broad daylight, in front of neighbors, people, 2 kids.
What happened to Drakkar Williams is being investigated tonight by Michigan State Police. It happened on a day last July when Lieutenant Matthew Ferman stopped Williams for driving around traffic barricades.
You have a driver's license?
I don't. My mother actually just got in an accident.
Do you have a license?
It's at the house.
To be clear, Williams should not have been behind the wheel. His driver's license was suspended. The vehicle he was driving had no valid insurance. And when Lieutenant Ferman asked for his name, Williams would provide a fake one.
Go and step out of the car for me.
And why am I stepping
Because you're refusing to provide information.
I
asked your middle name. That is relevant. You're refusing to provide it.
A second officer makes the scene as Williams is told more than once to get out of the vehicle. That's Williams' girlfriend in the passenger seat, and her 2 small children, ages 2 and 5, are watching from the back.
Step out of the vehicle now.
Yes.
Next thing is you get tasered. Get out of the car.
All you got to do is...
Oh, wait, it gets worse right here.
comply. When a police officer gives you a lawful order, you're required to follow it.
It wasn't a lawful order, and you're a pig, dude. This guy's a total pig. Look at him. He's just a total pig.
When a police officer asks for your information, your name, you don't have a legal right to provide a fake name.
According to multiple current and retired police officers who reviewed the circumstances of the stop for 7 News Detroit, Williams was arrestable for driving on a suspended license. But what troubled every officer we showed this video to is what happened next.
Turn around, hands on the roof.
Can you tell him to calm? Can you tell?
I said hands on the roof. Stop or you will get tasered. When I tell you to do something, you do it. End of story.
Williams' hands are on the roof of the car as Ferman's partner holds his right hand and shoulder.
Wait for it.
I'm not. Hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Hands behind your back.
He got me.
Turn around.
He has me. He has me.
He dry stunned me from everywhere, from my arms, my legs, my butt. He wouldn't stop.
Cooperate.
What am I doing?
Cooperate.
I'm not doing nothing.
Ferman would later say he continued to use his taser on Williams because he believed he tried to grab it. Williams says he never did.
You take up.
Stop. Stop.
What am I doing?
Wow, he's screaming stop as he's tasering the guy.
Stop moving.
Don't move. Who's not going to move when they're getting tasered 10, 11 times?
We don't know if he's got a weapon. We don't know what's on his person. I don't know what's in his mind. I don't know his criminal history yet.
After Williams was...
That guy's a pig. Put in the comment section, that guy's a pig. JBTP. What an absolute evil demon. What a pig.
Subdued, Ferman turned his attention to his female passenger, whose children remained in the back seat.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. Step out of the car. Turn around. Hands on the hood.
Why is he treating her that way?
Hands on the roof. Step over here.
Look at how hard he's squeezing her arms.
Step over here.
You hear him lock. Step over her.
Hands on the roof. Step over here. Step over here. You're being detained right now.
I'm being detained. I'm trying to make somebody.
Sit down and shut the up.
Lieutenant Ferman would later say that the woman posed a threat while seated in the vehicle and needed to be detained. Afterwards, Ferman continues to argue with Williams, who's now in handcuffs.
And then you want to get out of the car. And then you want to put your hands on your back. It's on video, retard.
You're a retard?
Yeah.
Ferman heads to his vehicle, determines Williams' real name, and runs it through his computer.
You got a revoked license, so you should have been behind the wheel. You got a ton of warrants. And now you got obstructing and resisting and everything else.
You're going to lose your badge.
I ain't going to lose. You're going to lose your freedom because you get to go to jail today, mother.
After Williams stands up, another officer sits him back down. And then, with Williams still wearing handcuffs, Lieutenant Ferman does this.
You will not get up without our permission.
Man, I got
sit the down.
I am sitting down. You pulling my hair.
Throwing my head against a fire truck.
Down.
I am sitting down. You pulling my hair.
Throwing my head.
Permission.
Man, I got
sit the down.
I am sitting down. You pulling my hair.
Throwing my head against a fire truck. While I'm in handcuffs, I can't do nothing. I'm helpless.
Today, Drakkar Williams is facing a slew of charges, including resisting arrest, providing false information to a police officer, and driving on a revoked license. At the same time, Michigan State Police and Melvindale Police are investigating Ferman's actions for possible criminal and internal charges.
So it's under investigation at this time, and it will be continued to be investigated and thoroughly done.
My priority is doing whatever I have to do to go home. And if that means somebody gets tasered, and somebody's getting tasered, but I'm going home to my family and my friends. That's my number one goal.
I reached out to Ferman's 3 past police chiefs for comment on this story. Each of them declined. One of them, Chad Hayes, claimed in a lawsuit that he tried to rein Ferman in as chief and lost his job as...
Okay, right here. Listen to what he says right here. This is it right here. In a nutshell, if you guys can see me, if you can't see me and I'm blurry, thank you so much for staying with me. I can't believe that you guys stay here when you can't even see my face. This is so unbelievable that my internet is so bad. He says the quiet part out loud right here. So listen to this. Like I said, The motto of police is not protect and serve. The motto of police is whatever it takes for you to go home safe at the end of your shift. And he just said it out loud. He just said it out loud. And let's listen to it one more time.
And it will be continued to be investigated and thoroughly done.
My priority is doing whatever I have to do to go home. And if that means somebody gets tasered, and somebody's getting tasered, but I'm going home to my family and my friends. That's my number one goal.
I reached out to Ferman's 3 past police chiefs for comment.
If someone gets tasered, then they get tasered. I'm going home to my family and friends. That's my goal. So your goal is not to protect and serve, uphold our constitutional rights. That's not your goal at all. Your goal is whatever it takes for you to go home safe. And that's it right there. And that's why this organization has to be defunded and rebuilt up as rights protectors and not law enforcement officers. That's the biggest problem we're facing right there. You're looking at it. That's incredible. That's just incredible. I know, Bob. I know. The internet's fucked. I know that. I know that.
On this story, each of them declined. One of them, Chad Hayes, claimed in a lawsuit that he tried to rein Ferman in as chief and lost his job as a result. Hayes said Ferman engaged in repeated incidents of police brutality, but that he was discouraged from holding him accountable because of the significant revenue he generated by towing vehicles. Ferman.
I'm so sorry. What? What was just said right here? I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what was said here.
That he tried to rein
my friends. That's my number one goal.
Oh, we know that, bro. We know that.
I reached out to Ferman's 3 past police chiefs for comment on this story. Each of them declined. One of them, Chad Hayes, claimed in a lawsuit that he tried to rein Ferman in as chief and lost his job as a result. Hayes said Ferman engaged in repeated incidents of police brutality, but that he was discouraged from holding him accountable because of the significant revenue he generated by towing vehicles.
So when I was in Ironton, Ohio, Butch the Original, you remember this, there was a particular tow company that I said had enriched itself by making deals with the Ironton Police Department. That the tow company had gotten 3 or 4 new tow trucks in the past year or so because they upped the revenue for towing a car, and they then held the cars with some crazy amount of bail to get your car out of jail, and then people's cars were auctioned. And a percentage of that money went to the tow company, allegedly. You guys remember this? Butch the Original, do you remember this? And now we're seeing it. We're seeing it and we're hearing it. That's exactly what happened there. And the cops now, they can't get rid of bad cops because they're making significant revenue by towing your car. You're hearing it right here. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. We're hearing it.
Ferman denied that, and in his own lawsuit against Melvin Dale, claimed the chief retaliated against him because he favored a different towing company. Both lawsuits settled out of court. Since July, Ferman has been on administrative leave with the department. The day after Drakkar Williams' arrest, Ferman was one of the first officers to respond to the shooting of Officer Mohammed Saeed, who was killed by a gunman. Ferman says he's been receiving counseling ever since. He is also on administrative leave while his conduct from the Williams stop is being investigated by MSP. Ferman, we should add, has withdrawn his 2019 no contest plea from his criminal case. I'm Ross Jones, 7 News Detroit.
There it is right there. You guys are seeing it and hearing it right there. There it is. Let me show you guys what I just did. I just did this. I really had no choice. I had to do this. I didn't want to do this. This is going to hurt. This is going to cause a little bit of a mark for me. 100%. This is going to kill me. But you know what? I had to do it. I didn't have a choice. Because if I don't do it, you guys can't see me. You can't see me. So here it is. Let me show you guys my phone. Let me make sure there's nothing. There's still a little bit of information here that I got to cover up. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. Let me just keep going here. There we go. Okay, now I covered it up. Let me show you guys what I just did. I don't have a choice. I just had to do this. Fudge. It's not what I wanted to do at all, but I had to do it. Okay, so here it is now. Now I can show it to you again. Okay, now I've got everything covered up here. Starlink order confirmed. your confirmation code. Your account was created with, I just had to do it. I just had to do it. It's not what I wanted to do. I didn't have a choice. $410 is what I just had to spend to get new internet. I'm going to call up my internet provider and tell them I want a refund. I want a refund. And I'm going to show them this video. I want a refund. And our numbers are starting to come back now. We're at 233 on the main channel. We got another 120 across the other channels. So we're at 350 people. Oh, we have a clear picture now? Now we have a clear picture? Oh, now there's a clear picture. There hasn't been a clear picture for half of this broadcast. It's unbelievable. It's just so unbelievable. So this is just unbelievable. I've been on for 3 hours and 14 minutes. What? Where you been, King Braveheart? King Braveheart, I missed you like crazy. Where have you been? Where have you been? Yep, that's what it is. You guys can look it up. Go to order Starlink. I just did it. I just now did it. I ordered Starlink. It's a great picture now. Shoot, now it's clear as a bell. I'm looking at the video on the other screen. It's clear as a bell. It's just, it's crazy. I can't believe this. Do you know what I mean? Fred Sisler. Okay, so let me explain a little bit what Butch the Original just put up there. Okay. Oh my God. I forgot to tell you. Butch the Original. Do you remember Jonathan Spuljarek? Guess what? I got a phone call yesterday from a confidential informant that told me Jonathan Spuljarek raped her. Another person. And then she also informed me that Jonathan Spuljarek raped a different high school girl. Told me the girl's name. That's 4 girls that I know about from Jonathan Spuljarek. 4 that he raped. 4 different ones. Did you know that? Is that right? Happy to hear that, brother. Happy to hear that. You're on troll channels though, friends, so I'm not going to promote your name, but I know that. I appreciate that. Houston Hot Dog. So Butch the Original put a super chat up here. Okay, so when I went to Ironton, Ohio, have you guys seen American Patriot Forever? Who has not seen American Patriot Forever? King Braveheart, where you been? So King Braveheart, man, missed you. So here's what happened when I went to Ironton, Ohio. People told me that their cars were being impounded and then sold because they couldn't afford the fees to get their car out of impound jail. Well, what I found out was that Sisler, Freddie Sisler's brother, is a canine pig at the Lawrence County Sheriff's Department. Yeah. And then the contracts to tow cars in Ironton, Ohio, was given to the canine pig Sisler to his brother or his cousin, Freddie Sisler. This is what people told me. And that they were impounding their cars unjustly, and then they couldn't afford to get them out, and then they were selling their cars. If you guys have not seen American Patriot Forever, this is completely covered. John Lunn, everybody. Welcome, John Lunn. Thanks for coming to the channel. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Thanks, Salt Shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker, shake it like a salt shaker. So who has not seen American Patriot Forever? I mean, we only got 350 people here, so it's you know. Oh, it's been blurry during live since you moved into the studio. Well, I just spent $410 and ordered it. So no choice. I'm gonna hit up my buddy Joe. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't have a choice. I have to, because I got a guy coming in this week right now, today, for American Patriot, for Constitutional Law Scholar. We're gonna get that done, and then you guys are gonna be able to learn. You guys are going to be able to learn the history of constitutional law, just like that. I join Us Free Speech at teamdlz.com. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. I've been here for 3 hours and 18 minutes. I got to do a little bit of stuff today for some legal proceedings and stuff like that. I've got to do a few things, but I wanted to thank you guys and give you guys all a shout out. We didn't sell very many trifolds today, so if you can afford to buy a trifold, go get a trifold so I can ship it out to you. I appreciate that, and make sure that you plead the Fifth Amendment when you get in there. Appreciate you, William Thomas. Thanks a lot, man. John F., nice to see you. Can't believe COP was not delete laws yet. I love hearing that, man. Appreciate you coming in, Buzz Purr. Good to see you, man. It's been clear here in the U. It's 99% secondary charges. Wow. Wow. I'm so glad you're back, John. Thank you so much. Small town cops. Liberty Eagle. Eagle Eye Liberty. Thank you for coming. It's a racket, F. I've read some of your comments, F. I really appreciate what you do. Thank you so much. Clown Patrol. I haven't said your name yet today. Good to see you, Clown Patrol. Nuniza the Sisla. Good to see you. Call to Duty Auditor. Kinetics Customs and Racings. Milena Everett. James. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see everybody. April Rain. Brandy. Chris Beaumont. Northeast Colorado Cop Lock. Pig Hunter. Grateful Dabs. King Braveheart. Are you still in here? Dakota. Rancho. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Chevy! Later, Gators.